Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Elk Lodge podcast. As always, this show is brought to you by Hexa Coffee. I'm going to do the whole thing like this. My voice sounds cool
butter,
this morning.
baby.
Our friend of ours, Parker Slade, makes this coffee, and it's fantastic, and you got to try it. They also have a brick and mortar store in Chicago, do they not, Christine?
They sure do, in Roscoe Village. And they've been hosting events like concerts and all sorts of pop-up markets and things. There's flower arrangements there and food and pastries, drinks on tap. I mean,
That's right.
It's like a cool hangout.
It's the coolest hangout.
The coolest hangout.
So if you want to be cool, go hang out at Hexa Coffee. But you can also order Hexa Coffee online and be cool that way.
Can.
And if you do, use the promo code ELK, E-L-K. You'll get 10% off. You're going to like the way your coffee looks. I guarantee it. So one more time, go to hexacoffee.com. That's H-E-X-E coffee.com. Use the promo code ELK for 10% off. Who do we have on the show today, Christine?
I mean, that's a loaded question. We
It
have
sure is.
this show was epic. We had JC back on. Our buddy Nico comes back on.
That's right.
And we have special guests that phone in from Zoom. It's just kind of all in this name of love and music, this conversation. It was
Yes.
awesome.
So this is our first time trying this. This is a party podcast. This is the Elk Lodge Party Podcast.
Yes.
What camera? Oh, this is the
Where are
camera.
we?
Yeah, that's the camera.
Can
so
you change that to like a fisheye or something?
No, I don't think so. We would have to just move it far back. We're
You
kind of
don't have
learning
one of
as
those
we go
dudes
here.
in clips?
I mean, I probably do somewhere, but I don't know. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. We sent out the link to Carlos, Maia, Juli, Javi,
Carlos.
Tato, who's in the hospital.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tato's in the hospital with COVID.
All the way over there?
Yeah,
They got COVID in Peru.
they got it. They finally got it. It came in.
No,
They've been having a
they've
hard
been
time for a
having-
while.
But he's okay though. I'm
Well,
assuming.
he's in the hospital, but he's going home in a few days. He said.
Oh, okay. He's okay.
So yeah, he's okay. Yes.
Cool. That sucks.
But he's our sweet boy. Oh,
yeah.
The hospital
I
we
have
were
to turn
just
that light
at is now like at level black or something because of
gosh.
COVID patients, whatever. Yeah, the spike happened right when we were leaving.
It's the Delta. It's the crazy new stuff. Whatever that means. It's warping. It's like it has so many lifetimes in our lifetime. That's the problem. It's like
I got the-
viruses are impossible to keep up with.
I got the
They
vaccines.
have a bazillion lifetimes.
I got it solely because I was gonna see my grandmother and because I knew I was going to Florida. And on top of that, I steered
spot.
away from just going raging in Florida. I was just like, we'll just go to bars where there's
We'll just go to small bars.
Well, there's
indoor bars.
nobody there. I went on Mondays and Tuesdays because it's not like in Sayulita, on a Tuesday you go out and fucking everybody's out. Like in Florida, you go out and there's one person there. you know?
At least there too, you have the benefit of being able to stay outside for the most part, right? A bar. Do you go to
Sayulita.
patio bars?
Sayulita or Florida?
Well, both.
I mean, it's
imagine
nighttime.
are
Oh,
sure,
possible.
both.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. For the most part.
I was Is it like that in Orlando? I guess is what I was wondering.
Orlando's a lot of indoor bars, though.
I mean, I was in Tanqueray, and Tanqueray is like
Tanqueray is like a basement. You're locked in. If there's a fire, you're
I freestyled
dead.
at Tanqueray.
Dude, I'm so jealous of this.
But
So
be real, he didn't remember me.
That's a rough joke.
He was angry.
that he didn't remember you?
No,
or
he
what?
was just he just kind of looked like
He's like, I'm the freestyler.
yeah. And then do you know Damien? He was like a I knew him from skateboarding, but he raps too.
Maybe I'd recognize him, but I don't know.
If you saw him, he was there. He noticed me because I was just in the cut, and he looks over. He's like, "No way!" From across the bar, and I was like, "Yeah, man." What? And then he's like, "I'm gonna freestyle. You want to freestyle?" I'm like, "Sure." And he's like, "Hey, be real. Remember this guy, Gentleman Jay, whatever?" And Be Real's like,
No, not be real. Be true.
"Oh, be true, shit." Oh yeah, not Be Real from
from Cypress Hill, yeah.
Yeah.
But shout out to Be True.
Yeah.
Remember your boy.
But yeah, he's just Then I went up and I freestyle whatever.
So what? There was a band.
Yeah, the band was super tight. The band was really good. It was like the new Sweet Jones.
Oh yeah. Lau, you don't have to hide from the cameras. Yeah. If you see a human, it's Lau. It's okay.
La vení, mi amor, vení.
Yeah.
This is your view.
But Tanqueray is so in Orlando where we both met, there's this downtown. Downtown Orlando's kind of cool because it's only local people.
Yeah.
Disney gets 1 million people in and out every day, but Disney is an hour from downtown Orlando. So downtown is just all locals and it's kind of cool. But Tanqueray's is literally a basement, like a speakeasy kind of a vibe,
Mm-hmm.
and just at least at the time we were there, the best musicians played at Tanqueray's.
Yeah, if you played at Tanqueray's,
it's
you were
small.
cool.
It's a small
made it.
bar,
Yeah.
but it sounds great. But it was like there was a time where all I wanted to do was be good enough to play at Tanqueray's. Like that was our like with the Sweet Jones. That was my band. And
Are you good enough to play at
I am now. I've played there many times, and now it's no big deal. But at a time, it was like all I wanted was to be one of the people who plays
for
at
sure.
Tanqueray's.
I
like,
remember
be
that
at
feeling.
that level.
I
Yeah.
remember feeling the same with the Social. There's a couple other places in town. I don't know.
Yeah, the social
What's
was
the
good, but
new
the socials.
Tanqueray, guys? What's the new Tanqueray?
Tanqueray's is the new Tanqueray's. Tanqueray's is still there.
Still kicking.
You're saying in Orlando or to us?
To you, no. What would be like?
Oh my.
Madison Square Garden. or
Yeah,
something?
it's way
Whoa.
bigger now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
Staples Center.
Picture
Yeah,
it.
exactly,
Really picture
exactly.
it, guys.
I can
Really
see.
What's
it.
see
that rock place?
Oh, Red Rock in
Yeah,
Denver.
there you go.
Oh, I've never been to a show there, so let's make that happen.
Yeah, let's
you guys
do that.
got to play Red
Hey,
Rock.
cheers, you guys!
Play Red Rock. Oh, I have nothing
So-
in.
So stoked. This is our first party
No.
party podcast.
Well,
we've had
a group of 4.
we had a group of 4, but one of them only spoke Danish the whole time. When
Was that Anthony's
trip.
friend?
Yeah.
Who was Anthony's friend?
Philip.
Philip, he's
I
great.
like that guy. He cracks
But-
me up.
But they were trying to do like a bit the whole time. It
Oh,
was like
yeah, no, for sure.
Anton, in the end, this became clear, but Anton clearly told him, like, look, like you speak only Dutch the whole time, all right? And so he kind of did this like broken English, even when I met him.
Ah,
But I didn't. It
but he
wasn't
spoke
like
English.
so. But he did speak English. Yeah.
Whoa,
but
he
anyway.
sold it.
But then, yeah, for the whole thing, he just spoke Dutch. and it
Looking
was kind
back,
of fun.
there were some indications along the way.
Sure,
you
he
know,
clearly knew
but-
what we were saying.
Yeah, he knew like deep word, like sophisticated language. And
Yeah.
so it's like there's obviously a lot you're understanding, so you should be able to say more than you're.
for sure.
Right.
But we didn't notice that necessarily.
Well, yeah, I mean, I knew that's what he was doing, but I didn't quite get it as like, oh, that's the bit. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But it was cool. But this is our first time with two
All of you guys.
English-speaking vocal guests, and our first time. We never had a guest come back.
Oh,
Second
yes.
time, and now we get second time twice at the same time.
Ooh, doubled
That
up.
is true.
Fourth time.
So fourth time, maybe technically like 16th if you. No, I don't know.
Is
but
it
yeah,
on a leap year?
Thanks
That
for
changes
doing
things
this.
too.
That does. That affects things.
So good to see you guys.
Yeah, good to see you too.
welcome,
Good to
see you
welcome
too.
back.
Yeah.
You too loud.
I didn't know you were recording because you never said like you never give an
I
introduction.
know. I try not to
Oh, you don't do that?
because the introduction already happened. We shoot it. Remember the thing we set up here last time?
Yeah,
And
'cause
we
y'all
say
talk
like
about-
Hexa Coffee. You
you
got to
talk
get the
about
coffee.
coffee.
And today on the
Yeah.
show, so it'll be like today on the show we've got 2 guests. It's so exciting. We got JC and Nico. We talk about this and that. Maya is here.
We've got Maya.
So anyway,
Kalwill.
the intro already happened. So I
Yeah,
like to
don't
just come
you
in
worry.
casual.
How do
But
we
we've
hear
got our
Maya?
first guest. I think you should hear her. Hold on.
Hello,
Like we
Maya.
should hear her.
You'll hear
Should
her
we
in the
cheat-
headphones.
Should
Yeah.
we cheat back?
What?
I don't know. Yeah,
So
I
that
mean, but
we're all in
This
the
is
frame
where the
this way?
fisheye would come in handy.
Okay, wait. Now let me record.
That's gross.
We've got to get our girl in here.
Or we could just scoot.
Recording in progress.
We could scoot back.
Maya.
Do you want
I
to get
guess.
closer?
There's
Hola.
Hola.
Can you wait just a minute that I'm open the door to my friend?
Yeah, do
And
your
then
thing.
I-
There's no worries.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Is
Okay.
is she getting out or coming in?
Your friend is
No, she's
arriving.
getting out.
Oh, she's going
she's
out.
going to-
Oh,
her
she's
home.
dipping.
All right.
Okay.
What's her name?
Camila.
Camila, everybody.
Camila.
Camila.
¿Dónde está
Ciao,
Camila?
Camila.
Thanks for being here,
Okay.
Camila. But yeah, Maya, no worries. So yeah, what we're gonna do
Okay.
today? I mean, we there's no rules, but we thought it'd be cool. We
JC's
sent out
checking with me. He's like, she said rules.
we sent out the Zoom link to everybody that was involved in the making of our That Kid Is You album that we did in Argentina. That Kid Is You and me and JC, and this album is working with Nico, our producer, who's really now the third leg of this tripod. You
So
know?
he's you
one
in
in the
this?
middle.
What if like every time we do a thing with a producer, like that kid is, that's you.
you.
That kid is me.
You're you. You are you. That's almost always true. So anyway, we'll see who comes in, but we don't have to talk about the album. We can talk
But
about
we
whatever.
will.
But we will.
We wanna.
And people are coming in to who had something to do with it. And this is Maya, who's Nico's daughter. How old is Maya right now?
16 years old. She was 14 when you were there.
What the
It was-
fuck? Are you serious?
Exactly. It was
That's
2019.
how time works, JC.
Yeah.
I forget about time.
Yeah.
I live in a constant
Normally,
state.
after
of no
2
time.
years, yeah, you
That's a
are
good-
2
yeah,
years
you're on-
older. Yeah.
You're on beach time.
Yeah. And like,
This is what happens when you
so
leave the
Maya
beach.
recorded, we said this in our episode with you, but Maya recorded on our album. That was her first time recording in the studio.
Was it? And that was your first time hearing her sing, right?
Not hearing her
No,
sing.
not like hearing
her
recorded.
through a microphone. Yes.
Incredible. And so, and that her very first thing she did was on Tres Patitos, which she sort of
Destroyed.
destroyed.
Yeah.
And kind of
Slayed.
became the song,
Absolutely
you know, like,
slayed. Beheaded the three-headed dragon. It was just beastly.
yeah. It
Yeah.
was beastly.
Maya, we're just talking about how great you are.
Yes.
And how crazy it was that you were only 14 when you recorded on our album.
Yeah,
What was that like for you?
I forgot that. I remember what I was wearing that first day we met. That's how important
that day is to you.
that day
Wow.
was for me. Yes. And
That's cool.
That's
I
sweet.
think you guys were playing like those instruments that are in my dad's studio. That one that is a dolphin. You know that one?
it's a little dolphin. Okay, it's
And
a
it goes like,
percussion. No, it's
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember
like a
that.
dolphin with a lot of
Oh,
like,
yeah.
pieces of wood in the
Yeah, and when you, yes.
middle. Yeah.
Was that when
They
we
kinda-
first met you, Maya? Did you like walk in? Did we meet Maya in the
No,
studio?
we had
met
met
her at the house,
before
right?
that because we were living at your guys' house.
That's
and
true,
we
yeah.
definitely met you
No,
before.
we met at the studio.
Really?
I'm
Oh.
yeah, 100% sure.
That's
Maybe
what I was trying
Maya's
to-
here to fact check us now.
Yes. Because
Well, we have a film too.
she was.
Well,
We
we
do
have it
have,
on
we
film,
do
but-
have some
but-
footage for sure. But yeah, tell us more what you remember. Like, were you nervous? Were you excited?
Thank you.
Huh. Interesting question. I think I was
wasn't.
like very excited. I think that was the first moment I kind of realized, like that first day we met, I thought this is going to be a hit album.
Yes.
Whoa.
Like
Yeah.
just
Pop
when we met.
off. Really?
I'm 100% legit. Yeah.
And I
A
remember
fan was
you-
born
like,
immediately.
for only being 14 and for having not recorded, because we filmed it all. We have it on film, and we were watching it the other day. And like, you're confident like you've done this a million times. And
Yeah.
JC, it started, correct me if I'm wrong, but it started with JC you had the chorus, I lost my way again. And then we had Maya do like a harmony to that. And then after you did that a couple of times, we were like, and now when that ends, you just kind of like, just
the
kind of do
runs.
whatever.
Yeah.
And then, but everything was like, hey, like, are you down to do that? You're like, yeah, sure, yeah. You know, like it was very like, yeah, you seemed very confident. So were you nervous and just playing it cool, or are you that cool?
No, I wasn't nervous.
She's that
I kind of
cool.
thought
She's that
it
cool.
was
I'm
like much more of a relaxed environment than I thought it would be. Because you guys were like, yeah, do whatever. And then we cut it in little pieces. And it was like, you really want to, like, and I started singing whatever. It came to my mind at that moment. And a lot of that is right now in that song.
Maybe you
Interesting.
thought
So
that
beautiful.
like every time Dad goes to the office, you know, he goes to work with this other gentleman, and then you get to the studio, there's this smoke.
Just two idiots drinking beers, smoking joints.
Yes, just having fun, just kids. And this is how for me, in my experience, this is how music is made. Having fun.
yeah. For
well,
sure.
and it's also
For sure.
you grew up watching your dad make music, so I think there's probably
Yeah.
a level of comfort that comes from
But
that.
had
Well,
you
like both of y'all, both
And
your
my mom,
parents.
too.
Yeah, both your parents are engineers.
Both my
right?
parents are musical producers, so
Oh, I
kinda-
don't think I realized that about your mom. How cool.
But you
and
had
I
spent
grew
time.
up and-
You had spent time in a studio before, right? Like that wasn't your first time watching a session happen, was it?
No.
So was it
wasn't.
usually
But
is
it was
more
my
serious?
first time recording something. That
Really?
very first time that yeah.
And did it give you like a bug, like I want to do this forever, or did you already have that feeling, like I want to be a singer? Did it like fuel the
I-
fire?
I already have that kind of not a wish but like a goal that I set up. I don't remember when I didn't thought this is what I want my life to be. Like, it has always been my dream and my goal, and I'm always chasing it somehow. But that first day was the day that it's kind of started, because it was the first time I was doing something. So I kind of feel like, okay, it's going to happen.
This is early on. I'm already like tearing. I'm gonna cry. So
Me too.
we
Get your tissues.
we really got
everybody.
lightning in a bottle with you in the first time. Then
Yeah.
wow.
It was like that static electricity we were talking about
Yeah,
last
the static
night.
electricity
It
on
just
the bed.
Sparked.
They were rubbing their bed, Julia and Maya, and it created like lightning, and they were
you know,
freaking
the
out.
whole
you
like
know?
voltage.
But
that
yeah, it was
happens.
very much like that. It was just
Nice.
a simple rub of the bed, and we had fucking sparks.
I will say, besides like you having utter confidence in singing, I do remember a moment where like Nico was like, the first time when you were kind of directing her, you're like, like you went from dad mode to like, do this instead. And I was like, but you like went with it so well. Like you're so good at taking direction too, singing wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maya has really good like producer sensibilities and like a good ear. Like if you tell her an idea, she's like, I know, I was thinking that, you know, already kind of that thing. Like it's not that. I guess you get that from your dad and your mom, right? Like when did you start
Yes.
looking at music as a production? Because for me, like in high school, there was just a moment I started listening to like the Beatles, Revolver, and other albums, and noticing like, oh man, like this is over there and this is there, and like somebody put this together. When did you start looking at music as somebody sat down and pieced this together, not just like this is a thing that exists and I can hear it or whatever?
When I saw my parents do it all day long, I was in front of it. Like, I couldn't avoid the fact that there was there was a lot of people doing what you listen in your earphones or your, yeah, everything that you listen is 100 people making it true. Both my parents were always part of that process, and so much music, so much music that people listen to it now, and it's like made because of them. That is crazy, and it blows my mind that it's not just a song that happens by magic.
Lots of hard work and good listening.
But it's kind of magic,
right there,
too. I
I
folks.
feel
was
like-
gonna say it's kind of
I
like
feel
you
like-
learn to capture magic.
Yeah.
You learn to like
Read the
escort
room.
magic to the right place and to the right track.
Yeah, I feel like you're really good at that. I feel like
are
you're
very
really good
good
at like
at
just letting the magic
I
flow.
love the way you just described it. That's how I feel. I feel so lucky to be honored by like letting people me to carry their magic actually, and like feed it to the audience.
Right. They put it on a spoon and you just
Yeah,
feed
exactly.
it in. Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah, I'm super honored to have that work and to have people like you guys trusting me for that. And yeah, that's what I always like to do, and that's how it was great that first time when Maya sang, and I felt like, yeah, I can even make her do this or that or try this, or and it's great
Yeah.
that she responds so well. She has, even though she never was in a studio before, she's got that really good ear and like pitch relations, and I can say like, yeah, do a seventh, and she goes boo, like
I'm like, what, 7 times? I wouldn't even know.
no, a seventh.
So Maya, you've been writing a lot of your own songs lately. You're planning to get back in the studio, right?
Yes, of course. I was kind of having a to-do list in my mind, and I wanted this record to be out before I started doing my things more seriously, because I wanted like to know that my kind of first thing that I was appearing on was out, and then see how it goes, so
Awesome.
I can decide where I want to go.
Yeah, use the
From
momentum.
that. Yes.
Okay, cool. We were talking about writing habits a little bit earlier. Do you have any like rituals, Maya, that you do writing wise? Times of the day, or when do you find yourself
Um,
writing?
Good question. I always write in the piano. Always. I have never write any song that it wasn't sitting in the chair of a piano. Maybe I didn't play the piano, but it's like the moment and the inspiration that it gives you. Also, I think that my voice sounds very well in like the structure of the piano that we have in the studio of my dad, because it kind of goes with an echo and it's really cool. So I always do it in that place.
Awesome.
When you're writing it, does that
so
does that
cool.
all happen at the same time? You start playing around with some chords and the melody comes, or do you get chords first and then think like, and then the melody comes, or how does that normally work?
I think I always start by the bridge of the song, because it's normally my favorite part of the songs is the bridge. So
The bridge, you mean this
I
part
figure
that
out
is
a melody.
you're
What?
you bridge, you mean this part of the song that it's like between the verse and the chorus, or like the C part of the song that is like a different section?
That only
What do you-
happens one time.
Or you, what do you
That
mean?
only happens one time.
The
Yeah,
bridge.
that
The C part.
the C part.
You start with the bridge.
She's like, what
Yeah.
I told you.
You surprised me.
I love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Because usually the bridge is like the last thing that, at least for me,
Yeah,
it's
way
like
to mix it
we
up.
have this like
It's like starting a book with the
verse,
ending.
chorus. It's like, okay, so now we just flip something up and that'll be the bridge, you know? But like,
That's not many times it's
Start with the
my what I do in the production, the C part. That's my thing.
That's your thing.
So
Whoa.
you know what? Yeah.
You guys are the
yeah.
For instance,
I
many
didn't
many
know
of
that.
your songs, like the first time we were in the studio, we you started recording stuff. I make structures and cutting and chopping, and then you record some lyrics. But that in this record, that week that I was just by myself in the studio doing stuff, many of the things I did was creating a C part for many songs, like for Too High, that you know,
Uh-huh.
the part that it's a little
Right.
crazy.
because but
Where
I
you
never
like the change, it's like the change up. Where
The
you're gonna
change
put
up.
the
yeah
change up.
Yeah.
just
The do tunes
you
first
introduce
now.
a chord and it was never there. And it's going to only be there.
Yeah, because it's
This
almost
time.
like we don't naturally do bridges, I think. They come later.
You don't.
Because I remember when we left after the first 2 weeks, I was like sitting with you and I was like, man, we really gave you a lot to work with. And you were like, I mean, I would like more, actually. And so maybe bridges is kind of what you meant, that we just had like 2 chord loops that
Yeah.
are really interesting, but we didn't have necessarily like a song. Or maybe we had 1 or 2, but for the most part, we didn't have songs. We had like grooves. And like, maybe that's what you meant by that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Interesting. So for your song Rich Man, you started, is that the same way? You started with the bridge?
Yes.
And what's the bridge for that? Remind
that
me.
part, my black card is in my pocket, and I want to everyone notice. I started by that. It was the first thing that came into my mind, and then I kind of figured out what was going to be the whole structure of the song. But then I think I did the chorus later, and then the other parts. But I started with the bridge.
Wow.
That song's so good.
Yeah. Oh, we have an echo now. The we don't normally do this, but what if can I play the demo you sent me? Can I play it in this podcast right
Yes.
now? All right, so
Of
maybe it'll
course.
start right now.
try till the day I die. If this song doesn't sound in my funeral day, then it's worthless to die. Making money for the rest of my life. Crystal glasses hold me water at night. Oh, I wanna wake up in a rich man's paradise. Then I wanna drown myself in a bottle of champagne. Every cliche, you know, I wanna do that every day. Get up with my rings on, you know I never take them away. 'Cause mom, I wanna be a rich man so hard. I'm gonna try till the day I die. Buy you a house, whatever you want, so you can see the sunset from your couch. In a rich man's paradise. In a rich man's paradise. I wanna be a rich man so hard. I'm gonna try till the day I die. I wanna be a rich man so hard. I wanna wake up in his paradise. Oh, I wanna wake up in a rich man's paradise. Then I wanna drown myself in a bottle of champagne. Every cliche, you know, I wanna do that every day. Get up with my rings on, you know I'll never take them away. My black card is in my pocket, and I wanted to everyone notice that I have a face for Parker, but I'll make 100 every time I look closest. My black card is in my pocket, and I wanted to everyone notice that I have a face for Parker, but I'll make 100 every time I look closest. And say, wake up in a rich man's paradise. Wake up in a rich man's paradise.
Or maybe we won't. We'll see. It's such a good song. I mean, it's unbelievable. Have you done other songs like that, or is that your one demo recording you have right now?
I don't have any more demos. I only have audios in my phone, but I'm planning to do that.
And after you guys get the album out, she's acting on it. She's moving next.
Well, I mean, we even felt this way while making our album.
Yeah.
We were like,
what are we doing?
We're just kind of getting warmed up for when we produce Maia's album.
I sent you a bunch of beats a while ago. I don't know if you ever got them.
I've never seen them.
Are you
never.
Are you serious?
Really? This
Seriously.
is oh.
Problem in the
Dude, I
wire.
sent you,
What's going on?
I said
Yeah. Now I'm like, I want to send Maya beats too. Like I'm competitive. You know?
I told
dude,
her JC's gonna send you beats, and she said, "Yeah, he never did. Maybe he was too busy."
She said, "Yeah." I don't,
Oh my god, no. I wasn't busy.
I didn't want it to bother you.
But yeah, like
sound like
He's a busy
30.
guy.
You sent like a whole
You probably
thing.
have like
Really?
an
She
S
never got
somewhere.
them. You got the
know?
email.
Dude, I sent-
address
maybe I did.
Wrong,
Wrong
man.
letter, a typo somewhere.
yeah, I look forward.
She
to
was
like,
disappointed. She was so disappointed.
I'm
at
so
you.
sorry. Oh my god.
Wow.
This is my
Good
hand.
thing she wasn't holding
I'm
her
so
breath.
sorry.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, and it's not to like, pump you up too much, but it's an honor for us that we have your first recording on our project, like that, because I have a lot of belief in your in you and your future, like
No,
that we
1000%.
have the first thing Maia ever did is on our project is crazy.
When I played
Yeah.
songs for like to my family, like the first question, usually, especially songs that you were on, is like, oh, who's the girl? Like,
Nice.
who's the girl singing?
Uh-huh.
That's like the first question I always hear.
And I love
Years.
showing people your Rich Band song, and then they hear it, they go, wow, that's so good. And I'm like, yeah, she's fucking 16. You're
Wait.
16 right now?
Yeah.
I'm 16. I was 15.
Okay. I think I was saying 15 at the time.
Yeah. You were
But, and then
correct.
people are like, what? Like, it's just
Yeah, it's so good.
crazy. So anyway,
Girl who knows what she wants.
yeah, knows what she wants,
She
knows who
hears
she
what
is.
she wants. Yes.
So we'll, I don't know. Like, we've talked about this though, like how to approach if we were bestowed the honor of trying to produce something for you, like kind of how to approach that. Would you want to come with demos, or would you want to do it the way we did it, where we just book studio time and we'll just make shit up when we get there?
I choose the second actually. I always wanted that.
Yes.
That's why, yeah. Of course, that's how we did this amazing record, and I want to follow those steps as well. I mean, it could be great if we did it in another way, but it's the secure one because I
Yeah.
Well, it's
I
crazy.
did promise
It's
you.
crazy that I'm sorry that you feel that secure because that's like a how do you say it's the least
much-
secure way to get into the studio. It's doing it with no demos,
ideas?
no
Just
ideas.
go in?
It is like
Deep
running through the
dive.
dark.
Is that what you're
Yeah.
doing? Deep dive? Was that your
A
just?
deep dive,
jumping off a cliff.
Jumping off a
Yeah,
cliff.
Ah,
that's the
Okay.
leap,
That was-
leap of faith.
The leap of faith. That's what
It
he
is a leap
wants.
of faith.
That's
I'm
what
here
the
for you.
guy
That was
wants.
I'm here for you.
that's what I meant. The
But
leap-
also,
You know what's funny is creatively for me, I feel like I work better when it's working for someone else, if that makes sense. That my brain does that in general, even for like my work. Like I'm way better editor for like if you hired me to edit for you, I'd be a way better. That's why I like That Kid Is You, because to me it's a separate thing from me. So I like feel like I can do
Right.
better work for it.
totally.
Yeah. So it'd be super nice to like.
It would be
all this
the
together.
most fun. And like what I like about the approach of just show up, see what happens, that is the most leap of faith approach. Excuse me for my burp. That is the most leap of faith approach, but it's also the most like anything can happen approach.
True.
Like there's zero limits on what that's going to be. And like, I don't know, we almost kind of find, which I think happened with this project, we sort of found a sound. We didn't say like, we want it to be like this or like this. And these songs don't quite sound like the other stuff we made. You kind of discover what the sound is. It's just, the sound is what comes out, but it's
Yeah.
kind of, I don't know. It's the most open-ended approach, definitely.
No, for sure. And you're really good at facilitating that. So I
Thank
feel
you.
like you find the sound. I feel like we made a bunch of noise. Like Nico found.
Yeah, he guided the magic.
He added the magic. Yeah.
We talked
All
about
the way
this
home.
with when Nico was just the guest. Like our concept of our fears going into it, our ideas of Nico before we worked with him, our like where were you at when we were through the whole process of
I
first
wanna
meeting
know.
Nico, and then what were you afraid of could go wrong, or what were and your first perceptions, all these things. Like
I was at that point in my life, I was kind of still like super insecure of myself. I mean, not that I wasn't before, but I was just very like I was self-aware, like super self-aware all of a sudden, because I've been like working on myself and shit. I'm like trying to be better, and so when we went into it, I was just like, his family hates me. Like that's all I remember thinking the whole time for like maybe the first
Whoa.
week. Yeah, for like the first week or so.
That's why you got sick.
Oh, he was worried.
You-
Dude, I
it
gave
was-
myself COVID. Yeah,
No, it's not COVID. That wasn't COVID. That was
just me
that
being
was
sick.
just
Yeah,
you being insecure.
Brovid.
I don't know.
That's
I don't
what
think that-
No, but I remember like feeling like that, and like it wasn't until like we were in the studios whenever I'd feel comfortable. We go to the house and stuff. Like I feel like it would always take me like if I woke up in the morning, it would take me like an hour to like feel normal. Like I was like, oh, I'm being normal right now. And then after the first week, I was like, why did I even feel like that? Why did I get stuck in like these dumb thoughts? I've been trying to get better at not listening to the narrator in my head and just like being here,
Just-
And I was so bad at it then. So yeah, that's where I was at that point in
And
time.
what was your idea of Nico before we even went to Argentina, and did you have any fears, or what was your idea of what was going to happen when we got there?
Well,
Did you know magic was coming?
I did know, because to me, because you worked with Coco, and to me, Coco is like
Magical.
They're fairy people. They're like not. They're
Fairy
not like
people.
not real.
Whimsical. That was
Whimsical.
the word I described.
Yeah, exactly.
It.
That's how I view, and I viewed them like that for a long time. Even finding out Carlos did their first video like blew my mind. So I was like, this is gonna be super cool. Gonna keep my composure. But then like we met you at that Starbucks or whatever in the airport, and I was like, this is great. This is gonna be nice. Yeah, I was like, I was super happy.
I sort of had this imposter syndrome, like, oh, he's going to realize we don't know
We're
what
lying?
we're doing.
Well,
And he'll
Same.
realize real
Same.
quick that we have no idea. We've never done this before, and that we don't belong here.
I threw that out the window like whenever because I didn't go to the studio the first day. Remember, I was sick.
I do remember.
Yeah. So I came in and you guys were like doing the sunset, whatever, and then Nico's just like, yeah, like you're like, oh, can I grab this and fuck with it? You're like, yeah, fuck with that. And I'm just like, okay, cool. We're in good hands. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like, I don't know. It was like, it felt nice. It felt like there was room to play as soon as like you came in. Cause I was expecting like, you don't know how to do this? You don't know how to sing in key? Like you don't know how to, you know what I mean? I was expecting
Right.
like, yeah.
You don't know
same
what a
thing.
seventh is?
Yeah. Seventh, what? Like how many?
Yeah.
Exactly. I was like super scared about it. I was the same way as you.
I think
It's so it's like it's still this act of vulnerability. It's,
And it's-
what it always comes
Sure,
down to.
But you know what's
right?
funny though, because after a while, like of hanging out with you and like the family and stuff, and like everyone just creating and stuff. Like I remember at one point we played a show, and when was it? Well, we were just you introduced us to people, and like they're super cool people, like they're like super great musicians in Argentina. But I remember like you made me feel like, oh yeah, we can be with these people. You know what I mean? Like it's not this isn't.
fit.
Yeah, exactly. You shouldn't feel like they're better than you or they like whatever the fuck. Like you guys are the same. You're equals. I remember like you making me feel like that, and I was like,
we also had Nico's
you
sign
guys are
of,
so
of
talented.
approval. Like
You got the stamp of approval.
Lula told this to me. Lula Bertoli.
Lula Bartoli.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nico is Serin's wife. Yeah.
yeah.
Nico, wife.
When we were at the,
She was like, Nico says you guys are really good.
she's like, you don't work with everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, if Nico says it's good, like that means something, you know, like, so sort of you were like this, I don't know, you kind of
Papa Bear.
Papa Bear, of course, but also like
What?
you were
No,
like
no, no.
carrying the flag of That Kid Is You for us through
Yeah,
Argentina.
cheerleader.
And that like just the fact that you were excited about our project, like I think made people,
There's like validity to it.
we were more valid. And that just gave us a little more confidence. Like, or I felt that way. At
I
least.
felt that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, a ton.
So
Yeah,
it really
yeah.
helped.
Yeah, come over here. Like, I'm do that here, so we can.
Maya, when did you first hear that like these guys are coming from LA to record with your dad or anything like that?
I remember Julia told me, and I was like, okay, but they are going to live with us for a month. For a month.
She was like, really?
No, it's
This
2 weeks.
strange.
But yeah.
Well,
And I thought it was
a
super
month
fun.
if you count both.
Sure.
I'm also so in love with LA, and that's the place where I want to live. So I was very excited that I was going to have two LA people to, warm me up, at least. And then when I met you guys and you kind of invited me to the studio, what I wasn't expecting at all, I was just expecting to have like a good time where you guys were at my house and we were having fun. Then it became like 10 times more funnier than I thought it would be. I wasn't expecting to be such a big part of this album. I thought I will be like in one song or,
It's
And
crazy
then-
because the spirit of this album was a little bit like, oh, let's grab this, can of beer and start like a beat from there. Or let's grab this other shit that is not like a professional instrument stuff. Like, there's a little Casio keyboard.
Casio.
So let's ask Ivo, who was the assistant, to play some little guitars. He'd probably be like just super bad at it, and but we'll fuck around.
Except he ended
We'll-
up being amazing. But
So when we started doing this with people and not with things, we found some real gems. Like Ivo was the assistant in the studio. He was there for a few days already, and he was always super quiet and just assisting with the mics, and that's it, right?
Yeah. He's just so
Getting
funny.
yelled at every now and then.
Evo! Well, I was just picturing him holding the mics while I had the two like roto drums like in between my legs, and he's just trying to keep him there.
And this is like the edit of the podcast where you show that.
Oh, this podcast is gonna be a bitch to edit. But all right, here's Evo holding the mics for me.
If you mark it and send me the sequence,
And we're
I
back.
can do it. I'll find the footage.
No, I do. We have it because we watched it the other day. Actually,
Okay.
I got
It's
it.
fresh in your
I
head.
just don't like to put too much effort into editing
I know.
these podcasts because
We're trying to promote the album.
But this will be the only one.
This is
all you
special.
get.
That's why I'll help.
This is a
This is the only
special
one.
episode of our podcast.
But anyway,
That's the
sorry.
honest truth.
Sorry, I interrupted.
So yeah, you gave him the guitar and say like, yeah, do whatever sounds you can, and then we'll chop them out up and make a song out of it. And he started playing like Wes Montgomery or something like that, you know. So yeah, we got a whole song out of all these chords and really nice jazzy sort of vibe. So and then
I think what's really special about all this experience is that you guys make everyone feel like someone special and like a crucial part of that little part. Ivo was playing the guitar, or Zucker was playing the bass. Everyone felt special in this album.
it's incredible what you're saying,
yeah.
because it's true. It's absolutely true. They make everyone who came by to the studio and they just capture some sample or
Some
something.
essence of them.
Yeah, they
The girls,
they had
everybody.
the energy that they do make them feel special, but also they were special. It was like we're like finding all these
my God.
gems, every time. And so all this thing I said about Evo was leading to when we got you in the studio. Was like, what we thought like, yeah, let's have Nico daughter sing something.
Right, because like that's fun, like, and it's fun to the way we're approaching things. It's like it's fun to have new things to work with, and almost if it's hard to work with, maybe that's better, So like we didn't know if Maia was
You
good
didn't
or
know
not,
she
but
would
like
completely steal the show.
exactly. But if Maia was not even a great singer, like that's great, because then we gotta
That's
kind of
what you
fight for
wanted,
it,
but
and that'll be
yeah.
interesting and different,
Yeah.
I guess that saying is like she just, I don't know, what is the saying? She like shattered the expectations, I think.
Oh my God, it was a beautiful
You were
surprise. It was the
expecting-
best
yeah.
surprise. Yeah.
Seems
It was like, what? And same with Evo. In the footage, we say like, "What the fuck, Evo?
Yeah.
Like, where the fuck have you been?" That's what we say to him. 'Cause like,
Evo, what the fuck?
yeah. And Zucker too with the bass on Chocolate. It's so.
Huli with the drums
Yeah.
on the.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Juli on Tres Patitos.
Tato on that little like string.
Oh,
too.
Tato's a
on
whole
everything.
nother story.
Tato's-
Yeah,
Hey.
That's a whole conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole nother. But like, your sister, she has a very impressive ear too. And so while you were recording, she was like, shh, 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 and she looked just like saying, and like, she looked at the camera. She's like, it needs like a shh, shh.
Yeah, she actually
She said it before she did it, and then we were like, you want to record some of your instruments, because she made all these instruments herself. And so we put her in there, and she does the pa pa cha cha, and trying to catch this little rattly thing she got, and
That's the beat.
is the song. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's one of the few things on the album that is not looped. It's like uncut, right, the
Yeah,
whole time.
absolutely.
And she did the rain stick too with like the most patience. The patience of like a Japanese grandmother. Like just,
That was
it's insane. It's insane. But yeah, like, but just her being like, it needs, like it needs that. And she was completely right. And I don't know, man. There's something in the gene pool here that's really special.
I have a question for the Kalwills, actually, for you two. When you first initially heard us, what was your thought? Because I don't think I've ever asked you that. Or maybe I have before. Or maybe I was too scared to ask. But like, when we sent you our initial project, what'd you think? Or did she hear it? Did you hear it?
The EP.
Maya?
Did you? I can say
Like-
what I thought.
Like, Maya, did you hear our music before meeting us?
Yes, and I think my dad showed us. I remember what my dad told us, that this was something new and fresh, and I thought the same thing. It was something that I've never heard before, but not like, oh my God, I've never heard something like this, but something like, okay, this is the
Future
thing
of
that
pop.
we are going to hear in the future. Exactly. It was something that sounded like it was going to succeed in like a short period of time, but it was like not out yet. You know what I'm saying, right?
See it.
Sure.
I'm gonna
And
quit my
thank
job
you.
tomorrow.
Wow.
You should if it's stressing you out.
I'm gonna give
Oh
it 2
yeah.
months.
Can we
but
tell
I'm gonna
the people about you're hooked up?
quit. Nah,
Just
it's like
okay.
a thing.
All right.
Nah, I mean, it's like because I feel like, yeah, okay. So I have like this thing.
Look, that's cool. I mean,
Iron Man.
with empathy. I'm just saying,
I'm like Tony Stark.
you're like Tony Stark. That's all I mean.
Yeah.
Are you like Are you the jetpack man?
What the fuck?
He's back in
There's
LA.
a jetpack man in LA. There's like
He
a
flies
a
around,
guy
he's
in an
at
Iron Man
5,000 feet.
Oh.
jet suit
I've heard of
who
this.
flies over LA.
He goes over like airplanes and stuff.
Yeah,
They don't know who
goes-
he is.
Yeah, he's like always
And he
out.
has like a jetpack.
Guys, it's Jeff Bezos.
Like, yeah, is
I
it Bezos?
mean-
Is it Elon Musk? Is it fucking...
Bezos is further away, but
Who's
somebody
funny?
on a
Trejo?
budget is
I don't know
closer
who.
by, you know?
Who could it be? That's funny.
Who
Oh
knows?
my God.
Maybe it's
Somebody's flying high.
It's Ellen DeGeneres.
maybe it's the Rasta man from Venice Beach. You know, the place.
Oh, the guy on the rollerblades.
The rollerblades
Yeah.
with the electric guitar.
It's
I
him.
picture him.
He's been working on it for years.
You know,
Yes.
I feel like the jetpacks are doable now, obviously. And they thought about like, maybe we give people jetpacks, like bicycles. We let them have jetpacks. And then they're like, let's test if they're ready. We'll give them scooters. And we'll see if they can handle electric scooters.
Wait, so you
And so then they
What?
give us these birds, and people are crashing, people are dying, people are drunk, birds are just everywhere, and they're like, I don't know if these people can have jetpacks
We
yet.
failed the
like,
test.
We failed the test, yeah.
Oh no!
I've
I
had
hope
this
you're
thought.
wrong.
good jetpack theory.
It's my jetpack.
But you're
thing.
right. They were just littered everywhere.
Yeah, they were littered everywhere. People are crashing, dying, driving
Broken
drunk.
bones. The
What,
ERs
the-
loved them.
The
And-
birds are faster.
scooter.
Yeah,
Oh.
but the one that it's a little tiny bicycle, right?
No, it's
No,
not a
it's
bicycle,
just
it's a
a
scooter.
scooter.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know,
They're
you
fun.
rent it with an
They're super
app
fun.
and you
Yeah, yeah,
go.
wait,
Super
the
fun.
lime
You drive
stuff,
them
yeah.
drunk, you crash. You,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we used to, with Laura in Brazil. We just
Right.
the two of us.
Yes.
Get in
Exactly.
on it. And with Maya too. we
Yeah.
used to use it.
It's a
It'd be funny if
ride.
there's like two like separate gangs because you know how there's like little, there's other scooters, right? There's birds and then there's
like lime.
lime or whatever. It'd be funny if there's like two gangs.
Oh,
from
there's like
different
loyalty.
sides. Yeah. But then like in the middle, like they're about to come, like they're about to fight, and then like they all run out of money. They like
They're like, this is a red zone in between.
they all get back in their cars.
They're like, fuck. That's funny. Hey, Maya, you're younger than us. What are you most excited about in the future?
Ooh.
Not yourself, but like what the world will be like.
Oh my God. I've been really afraid of the future lately. So it's a hard question.
Well, what are you
but,
afraid of?
I always wanted to. I'm afraid of another pandemic. That's the thing I'm most afraid of. But I always wanted teletransportation to be real. I think it's like amazing.
Like teleporting.
the fact that
Same.
Be like,
you can, like-
JC, I'm coming to Sayulita tonight. Let's just hang out.
Hang out for an hour in Paris. Yeah.
and something that I think it's more closer every day. It's holograms, right? You can
Tupac.
like, kind of project yourself. So I could be right there in a couple of years.
Just hanging out.
Right here,
virtually.
right there
Yeah.
with my hologram.
That's
That
So
is true.
it's kind of the same vibe that teletransportation gave. You know?
Yeah, so you want the space that the literal space that separates us to become
No, you just
nothing.
less.
You know,
Who
like
cares?
it's as easy as a phone call. If you're next door or if you're a million miles away, I can still call you the same. It's
I feel that like it's if that happens, it's gonna be one of the things like there is a better world. It's just more expensive. You know what I mean? It's like the next step from
see, yeah.
from
Of
business class in the you know you can buy
you get the
you can
hologram.
go
You have to
coach,
level up.
you can get
Or you can
business,
teleport.
or you can just teleport, but just you're gonna pay more.
well, it will be very expensive at first, I'm sure. It'll be like taking a flight in space.
Right? What did
That's
that
like
seat
$1 million
cost?
ticket.
No,
I
it
don't
was
know
like
what
That's not a
$25
million.
million.
Yeah, it's not a $1 million
I think the price
ticket.
tag of that
I'm
seat was
sorry.
like
I just threw a number out.
It just
Well, like capitalism. Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah,
like-
no,
No.
yeah, more.
that was just an interesting point because a lot of people had a lot of feelings about that particular event and whether
about the
that's
penis
how,
touching space.
Yeah, and if that's how
Here's my thing
billionaires should
with
be
it.
spending their wealth and
The edge of space. You went to the edge of space. You want me to get excited about the edge of space?
That's
It's
bothersome.
2021.
But I will
go
say,
to space.
I will
dude.
say,
go to the moon.
I'm
if you want
for
me
it
to get
though.
excited.
I don't care how you get there. I don't care who's spending the money. I don't
You're
care.
down.
I'm for it too.
You need to do it because there's kids looking at that right now and be like, hey, that's a tangible thing.
Yeah.
Like that's what happened to the space race back in the day. Like the space race back in the day, like you know how many scientists were born out of that? How many like people that went into engineering because they saw people land on the moon? Like
Wow, I
that
love this.
for that. That's what I think
like
that
that.
shit's important.
Yeah.
Like because like whenever I was a kid, I didn't know about like bills and shit till I was like 22. I wasn't self-aware of all that shit happening on in the world. So like kids, the same thing. They're not seeing that. They're seeing like that's possible.
what's possible.
Wow, yeah, like you can fly in
Everything
space.
they thought was
You can go into
possible
space. Yeah.
Yeah.
has been
You're
outdone.
right.
How do I get
You're
far?
right about
You
that.
know?
You can
Yeah.
wear a cowboy hat like a fucking.
Like a douchebag.
Yeah,
Yeah, like go
you-
to space.
Why the cowboy hat? You know that hurt it to me. The cowboy hat.
I didn't even realize there was a cowboy
Oh
hat.
yeah, like he got off the
I didn't even
boat
think
or
about
whatever,
that.
and he's
The
like,
boat.
he's like,
the boat is space.
give me the cowboy hat. He probably picked it out.
Of course,
It's like
he
the
had,
first
like,
thing
a
he picked out was
moment
like,
in his head.
wait, like, rocket guy is here, like propulsion guy is here, like cowboy hat guy is here. It's like
It was the
cowboy
laugh.
hat guy.
The
Let me talk
laugh
to
for
him
me
first.
is what got me. The laugh because he tells some joke, whatever, and he like laughs or whatever. Oh, because he like thanked all. Oh my god, he thanked all the workers and people who paid like Amazon people, whatever. the
Right,
fuck.
right.
Which
People
you
had
should. But
problems with those
very,
words,
It was
by
very
the way.
tone deaf. It was
Yeah.
very tone deaf, but like it was just very funny. I don't know. It felt like somebody wrote that, and like they're hilarious. Whoever wrote that. Whoever wrote that's so funny.
But wait, he laughed.
Oh yeah, he maniacally
see,
he like
like-
he because he thanks everyone and then they're like, would you do it again or something like that, or like, do you want to go back again? He's like, yeah.
It's like a villain.
Dude, it's like a maniacal laugh, dude. It's like it's.
I mean, at least he's going full villain. You know, like Mark Zuckerberg he's kind of a villain,
He's a
but he's also
passive
kind of like,
villain.
meh, you know, like
Yeah, he's a villain that doesn't believe in himself.
exactly. Go full villain.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be a fucking
Yeah.
Lex Luthor isn't like, yeah, maybe we'll like, you know, you got to be fucking like a
Into
villain,
to
you know.
it, yeah.
So it's kind of exciting even that we have like real life villains now.
All right, bringing it back to Earth really quick.
Okay. If we must.
Let's bring it back to Earth.
Maya, who are you listening to right now? Like what's your Spotify track list? Like what's your jam? What did you jam to today?
I am listening to a lot of stuff.
Do you care to elaborate
Something-
a little bit?
Besides Frank Ocean, who have we not heard of?
Who would not heard of?
Like, who excites you musically right now?
That's new that you heard that was like, oh shit. Not I mean besides that kid is you. What like something new?
You heard the new Tyler?
I'm thinking.
New Tyler's
I'm
great.
into Tyler a lot. I'm a fan of Wolf,
Wolf.
one of the first Tyler albums.
Oh.
Not, I mean, I loved Call Me If You Get Lost. And I think it's a great album, but I will never get over Wolf. It's like such a great album. I can play it on
You
repeat.
like it better than Igor?
Yeah, that's pre-Igor and
It's better than Igor.
Flower Boy, right?
Wolf
Before Flower
was
Boy?
Wolf the first one? Wolf? No, that was Bastard. That's the
No.
second one.
It was it
Wasn't
was
Goblin
Bastards,
one
I
of them?
think.
Oh, it might have been the third. Fuck.
I think it was Bastards, then Goblin,
Then Wolf, right?
and then Wolf. maybe it's another one.
I gotta go
that
to the
we're
discography.
skipping. Yeah, I'm into Tyler, so I was listening to his new stuff.
What'd you
And
think
I'm
of it?
also into these days. I've been listening a lot to more female artists. So I've been into Lana Del Rey,
Oh, I love
Mitski,
Lana.
Phoebe Bridgers.
I love Phoebe Bridgers.
I don't know her.
Yeah,
I don't
she's
either.
pretty
You would
cool.
love Phoebe Bridgers.
I don't either.
Then there's an album by Madonna, Music,
Oh yeah.
and I've been
That's a
into
great
that
one.
album too.
I think I showed you that one.
Yeah,
What
it's
are the
really
hits
like
on that?
electronic.
Like
It's like
music.
super experimental.
Remember there's a song called Music?
Music
Yes.
Oh,
makes
yeah.
the people.
You know, I don't.
course.
I never. I gotta check out some Madonna. I know a little bit, just but barely.
I feel like I haven't Madonna.
I know nothing. I never had a Madonna
I
phase.
haven't Madonna.
I think I
love
need to Madonna.
I love Madonna. That's a good record, and the one after called something America. I don't know.
Do you like
Yeah,
Madonna
yeah.
better than Whitney Houston?
Mr. T.
Oh yeah, like
I do.
1,000
Yeah,
times
she's-
more.
Wow.
Ooh,
Cool. Okay.
Like, she's. I
more
mean,
than Whitney.
Whitney was a great singer,
Of course.
Controversial.
But as far as the music,
and Madonna is not such a great singer at all, but
but as far as a pop star and as far as their music catalog specifically.
100%. To me,
Interesting.
I love Whitney.
I wonder
but
if I like tallied up Madonna or Whitney, who would
Whitney has
take the lead
to
for
me.
me.
Maybe I don't. Maybe it's my perception also from Argentina, but Whitney has like 4 hits or something, and Madonna has like
I think about it in
4,000
a global
hits.
sense. Yeah, that's true. You know what's funny is I had to do a rap battle once, and I was winning. I went through like tiers. I was in the 3rd round, and in the last round, it was like you had to rap about a certain thing, and I had to rap about Whitney Houston, and the other guy had to rap about Kurt Cobain. I'm like, oh, that's so easy. But I had to rap about Whitney Houston right after she passed away.
Oh no, that's tough water to be in. You know. Or,
I did not tread lightly. It was
Good.
Did you
not.
lose?
I did.
Of
you
course.
went down
They-
swinging.
You got to
though.
win the
That's all
audience, and I
that
did not win the audience. Can't
That's
be-
a tough position
Can't
to
be
be
honest
in,
in
though.
LA.
How do you, yeah? What can you say?
is. Kind of a lose-lose.
Yeah,
I don't know.
because you either like go like too soft or you go too hard.
But
and
also,
people
I
are
didn't
like,
know a
"Whoa."
lot about Whitney, so I was like, how many Bodyguard references can I make? I don't know. I was
Ah,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
I had a deeper connection with one Whitney Houston song than I ever had with any Madonna songs. And so
Which
I
is
feel
what?
like for
What's
that.
the Whitney song?
Oh God, I mean, it's it was like My Love Is Your Love. My Love maybe is what it's called. But I heard it when I was on vacation. I was in Jamaica at this resort, and somebody performed it live, and I fell in love with this song. And I just remember going home and like playing it repeatedly before I'd go to sleep. It was like what I wanted to hear, and I wanted to go back to like the energy of when I heard it, right? But I never had that kind of proximity to a Madonna song. Like I've always enjoyed Madonna,
Yes,
but
Me too. I never got so close to a Madonna song.
Nothing-
And maybe I'm wrong, but the Whitney song, "How Will I Know?"
how will I know if
yeah.
you really
Oh,
love
that's a bop.
That is such
yeah,
a good song.
there's
That's
so
my
many good
favorite.
ones. So
Whitney
many
song.
good
I had to
ones.
look it up. I couldn't
And
remember.
the
but-
production and the beats of that song, we should check out who did it because
I want to
that's
dance
genius.
with somebody.
Oh my god! If you were like, if you were like, it was me, I would
Yeah,
like
yeah.
freak out the way you were saying it.
Yeah. You know who did it or no?
I don't know.
But you're just saying it's dope.
It's dope.
Yeah.
That and how will I know those?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm curious about this
There were others.
because we agree on a lot of things, you and I. But maybe this will be so to me, Prince is a little overrated. Whereas Prince is great, Prince is talented. But if you stack his catalog up, the same way we said, like Whitney has like 3 good songs.
Oh, hit
but
wise. Yeah.
If you go Prince against Michael Jackson, for example, Prince has like 7 great songs. Michael has like 40.
Yeah, Michael's
You
a
know,
beast.
like and Prince has a lot of duds, but he was also trying different shit. What is your perception of Prince? And wait, let me also say, I think a lot of what people like about Prince is the iconic and the perception of who he is. If you're just going purely by the music, I don't know that Prince would be such a big deal. Anyway, what is your views on Prince?
It's unfair to compare anything to Michael Jackson. First of all, anybody,
Why?
because
Otherworldly.
I mean, exactly.
He's incredibly.
It's like compares somebody with the Beatles, and it's when people say the Beatles or the Rolling Stones. Are you kidding me? There's no comparison. It's obviously the Beatles.
But if the Rolling Stones were better than the Beatles, maybe they'd be, who's to say that? Why can't Prince work harder to be better than Michael Jackson? It's like saying like LeBron and Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan. It's not a fair comparison. It's a fair comparison. Michael Jordan's better. If LeBron was
what I mean
way better, we wouldn't say that.
It's unfair because Michael Jordan, it's from a different universe, like the Beatles, and like Michael Jackson, and like Madonna.
See,
so you can't compare.
The extra it factor. Yeah.
But
okay,
I don't.
So separate Michael Jackson from the
if you
conversation.
compare with Michael Jackson, maybe you're right, but I don't think he's overrated.
Okay,
he's underrated, underestimated actually, because all those songs that you don't like, they are amazing. It's that's it.
Yeah, maybe I never really gave him a chance.
But I feel the
I
same
can't
too.
say I
I feel the
have
same
either.
too. He was like extra cheesy sometimes in the 80s.
Yeah.
But still, he's unique and he was a genius. And
This may be an unpopular opinion, but the 80s are my least favorite decade for music. There's a few exceptions to it, but overall, I think that's I don't know. I don't know it well. I have a fear of it a little bit. Like I just feel like it's weird.
The
It's all
80s
like
phobia?
synthetic. Like I don't.
Was Gloria Stefan in the
I
80s?
don't- It's like,
So-
it feels cheesy to me. The
You
80s.
think that's 90s?
All
Gloria
cheesiness.
Stefan.
Really nice.
I love cheese. It's
I
one
like
of my
cheese,
favorite meals
but
ever.
I don't like that.
But what about Julita coming in? But what about like
yes.
everybody?
No, I know.
wants
I know.
to
There's
be-
many exceptions, but I totally love 80s songs. But if like I had to pick an entire, I don't know, if I
trying to
had to
think
go
of
to
anybody else in the 80s.
time period
I-
musically, it wouldn't be the 80s. I can
El
tell you that.
General?
Hola, Juli. Welcome to the show.
Hola.
So we have Christine and JC. You can't see them on your camera, but we've got them on our cameras. Welcome. So this is Juli, Nico's other daughter, younger daughter, who is also on the record in a very crucial and important
Ooh.
way.
We were speaking about 80s, and they are going to support me with what I think 80s are the best.
Okay, so
80s are the best.
Better than the 70s though?
No,
Like
I mean, you can
80s pop over
The
70s
seven-
pop.
the
tell me what
70s
I'm missing.
No, no.
I'm open to. I want to know.
I'm comparing with 90s.
I
To
see,
me,
because
90s,
I grew up in the
it's
90s.
Crap.
Again, the proximity to it, I was close to the 90s and I knew what I liked about it. I had a hard time finding what I liked in the 80s.
No. Yeah.
That-
I understand, but
I
it's
like
generational. So I think it's
Right, it's more about your
'Cause-
connection.
Yeah,
They-
I think so. It makes sense, right?
it jumps a couple of generations.
What's
They-
so crazy is that like
love
for Juli and Maya, the 90s is like
Old.
for us what the 70s was.
Oh, gosh,
Like in
yeah.
1998, 1978,
Yeah,
it
like Ricky
felt
Martin
so far
and
away.
Britney Spears,
The
like those-
1970s.
the
No.
pop culture
And we are
moments.
now today farther from 1998. The 1998 was from 1978.
Yeah. But I
It
think
hurts a little.
at
Those
See,
facts.
this is why I
Sobering
exist, man. It's
statistics.
It's crazy. So like
So this is a proof that 90s suck because you love the 70s. You love them
I do.
from music. We are talking about music.
But the
Only music.
90s
But
were great
they
too.
hate the 90s. There's nothing that
Red
they
Hot
like
Chili
from the-
Peppers,
You're out of your
no
mind.
They don't care
doubt.
about
You guys don't like the
They don't
90s?
like.
Yeah.
Like Nirvana, there were so many bands that came out of the 90s. I'm trying to
I
think
think-
of like
No, I think all
Len?
those bands are really like pretentious, and it's not like the 80s. Then it might be cheesy. No, it might be cheesy. it
Jewel,
is cheesy.
like 90s
Wait, what's
bands
cheesy?
we
were
all know
awesome.
that,
Hold up.
but
what-
we
hate
like
them all.
embraced it. It's like cheesy, but it's real.
in the
I think
80s?
that-
Maya,
Yeah.
check out Jewel. She came out in the
Ah.
90s and she was a very strong female vocalist,
The
played the,
chip-toothed
guitar.
white girl?
Yeah.
Or even
She's great.
A Tribe Called
Great
Quest
lyricist.
is the 90s.
Was Fiona Apple 90s?
Fiona Apple was
'Cause
very
Fiona Apple
90s. She was
is
awesome
Even
for sure.
it's a little 2000.
Annie
2000
DeFranco.
fine.
She was out.
2000s are the 90s.
Feist was doing things. I mean, there's so many good.
But like, no doubt.
No Doubt was raging at that time. That was I love Gwen Stefani in that era. She was on fire.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the 90s too, but I don't.
Spice Girls were happening. The Spice Girls. No,
Yeah.
anybody.
I love the
NSYNC,
Spice
the boy
Girls.
bands were having their moment. I guess that was already 2000.
Sure. No. Like the Backstreet Boys heyday and stuff.
I
That's
mean, that was
that's the 90s.
That felt like our whole universe for a while.
For sure.
As like
Hanson.
a teeny bopper.
But like what I still appreciate today, I mean, Rage Against the Machine, one of the best bands ever. A Tribe Called Quest, one of the best bands ever. No Doubt, Chili Peppers, Nirvana, which I know you're not crazy about Nirvana.
Really?
Yeah.
But anyway, let's talk to our new guest, Juli. Welcome to the show, Juli.
Well, Juli, we asked your sister earlier,
Thank you.
what kind of music are you listening to these days?
Well, kind of the same that Maya listens.
Yeah.
Always a little bit of One Direction.
Nice.
Oh, of
We got
course.
a
I
One
forgot
Direction,
about
a
that.
directioner here.
Major directioner here.
She'll freak out. Do you remember when you showed us all those videos of who was it? Was it Justin Bieber being?
Yeah, are you still
terrible
anti-Justin Bieber?
Yeah. I like his music, but I don't like him.
Okay,
fine,
but
yeah.
Harry Styles still number one.
I thought I saw Harry Styles today.
It's like
What?
What?
Well, because so like the apartment, like the apartment that I like, we have like a business apartment like that they have for like the artists and stuff that I stay at, and it's on Melrose. I've seen Lil Nas X. I saw the Lil Nas X driving around listening to music once, and I was like, oh, okay, Lil Nas X is around here. But today, I was waiting for my Uber to come, and I looked outside the window, and I saw someone scooting by on a bird, and I was like, that looks like Harry Styles. Because I feel like if you see, it looked like Harry Styles, but like, I feel like if I saw Harry Styles in real life, I'd be like, oh, that's a pretty white boy. And that was the only time I thought, like, subconsciously, like, that's a pretty white man. Pretty sure it was Harry Styles. Pretty sure. I could be wrong. He was dressed nice.
You had another celebrity sighting.
Oh, I was at Zach Galifianakis in an elevator.
That's pretty cool.
Yesterday.
And not only that, you didn't just see him, you like had a whole conversation.
I had a small conversation.
Small chat.
It was funny because, I kind of like unloaded on him. I felt bad
Hey.
because I was like stressed out about my heart thing.
You
so I
know
was just
what?
like-
When you're in an elevator, people
Yeah.
are trapped. They're going to listen whether they want to or not.
It's true. It's true.
You got them.
Oh, speaking of which, Juli, did you ever get the movie that you were in? Did you ever get that? Like, did you ever get the
yeah.
final cut of that? Remember you were
which one? Sorry.
oh, which one?
Because she did three.
Really?
Yeah, try
Yes.
to keep up, JC.
It was the one where you were like with some kids on a like balcony and you guys are talking.
Oh, that's Moy's movie. So that's just
Yeah.
a scene, but Moy ends up is the lead character
yeah.
of that.
Oh, really?
That is complete, and we watched it the
Yeah.
other day, and it's shot on film, and it's really cool.
Nice.
You would appreciate it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We watched that the other day. It's really good. And she steals the show.
¿Cómo se
She's
llama ese corto? It's a short film.
I don't know.
Yeah. She can
I
keep
don't
up.
remember.
Even she can't keep up with her own career. There's so much going on.
Cool problem to have.
Hey, Juli, we were talking about this with Maya, but like before we came, did you have any expectation? Like, did your dad tell us like these guys are coming, they're gonna live with us, or like what? How did that all happen for you?
They told me there were some guys that were coming to make some music, and I was okay. Then I listened to some music of from you guys, and I really liked it. So yeah, I didn't have like any expectations, I think. But yeah.
Cool. What
It's always a good spot to be
What did
in.
you think when you initially met us?
I really liked you guys.
Hey.
But you were really cool.
Do you remember there was a moment? This was one of the most beautiful moments of my life. But after we played our first show, I think at Mora's thing, after that, we all went out for food. and we're all sitting down, and Julia, you said, "You two are part of the family." And it was like, it affected me a lot because I was starting to feel like, wow, like we're not just friends with these people and living with these people. Like this is like, we're really falling in love, which Nico and I talked about this on his episode, but like that was not expected.
Yeah.
I thought we'd come to Argentina. I felt, even though I had my imposter syndrome, I was pretty confident we'd make a good album or make something interesting.
For sure.
But the fact that we like became such a family together was like very unexpected.
I have 2 moments in Argentina where I felt like y'all were my family, and it was one whenever like right before we played the show, and Juli gave us the stars, whatever, and I rocked the stars, and then and then the other one was whenever I woke up in the morning and both Juli and Maia were making fun of my coughing at night. You're like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, great, okay, cool, I'm home.
We were
This feels
really
like home.
scared.
We were really scared.
We didn't know
I'm so
what
sorry to
was
put you through that.
I have the original story of that. Of what happened that night. We both thought that you guys were very drunk and were doing
Possible.
doing things in the bathroom to get it off.
Oh,
because that
puking.
stuff didn't be possible.
Okay,
it was
all right.
it was super hard, and it was like scary. I've never had something.
I was
We were
in my
kind of
defense.
really confused.
In my defense, I was really sick. So.
You were.
He was sick, but you also you have a strong throat clear when you're not sick.
I do.
It was extra, but yeah,
I do.
because at night sometimes you just do good like something like that, right?
Yeah.
And so we were sleeping right above them in like the loft above
I
their
forget
room.
that. Yeah.
And so they're just laying in bed, like just hearing like,
Wide-eyed.
all these crazy noises, and they're like, "What the fuck is
I
this?"
sound like
Strange
a Juan
men.
Carlos in Argentina, apparently.
Yeah, you're an old school Juan Carlito. Oh my gosh,
Well, man, what an adventure it's all been.
I know. Christine needs to come to Argentina.
I
next
do.
time.
I can't wait. One
Totally.
day I'll come see you guys. I can't wait. We'll make more music,
Yeah.
make more art,
Make Maya's albums.
pottery. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, we took a ceramics class. Juli was there with us for our ceramics
Yeah.
class. That was
Yeah.
cool. So Juli, what's happening with you? Are you you're an actress for the people watching at home?
And been in more films since the last time we've seen you, apparently.
With
your-
auditions too.
Your career
Lots
is
of
on the
auditions.
rise. How do you
Yeah.
see the future shaking out?
I don't know. I have a casting for an HBO series. I don't know. I don't know
This is-
anything about it. But yeah, I'm gonna try to make some more movies and stuff.
How did you know you liked acting?
Since I was a kind of a baby, I like to make shows to the family, or singing or acting or something. So I think like in 2018, I started drama classes, and I really liked it. So yeah, I started liking it more and more. And yeah.
What is it that you like about acting?
I guess like you could be whatever you want to be by acting, because I really wanted to do like everything in the world. I wanted to be everything. So I felt like I could be all of that stuff by acting.
I like
That's
it.
so smart.
What a
Yeah,
poignant
wow.
answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that
I want to
makes
be a
sense.
fireman. I want to be an astronaut. I wanna
Yes.
be, yeah.
Or I could just be an actor
Yeah.
and do all of that all the
Yes.
time and be everything.
That's exactly what I thought.
Wow.
Wow.
That's very cool.
That it's genius.
Yeah.
Do you dream of Hollywood? Do you think you'll
Yes,
live?
I do.
Yes, Hollywood, the glamour, the
Hollywood.
lights, all of the lights. Okay,
The bad parking.
I like it. The bad parking, the traffic,
The bad
the
parking.
smog. It's coming for you.
Yeah.
The urine.
The Batman.
The tents.
The tents, the pee on the street. Oh, the beautiful.
No,
That's cool. Who do you have a
That's
favorite
exciting.
actress right now?
You know, I haven't thought about it.
Like someone who you think is they're really good. Like when you watch them, you're like, wow, they are good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Actress or actor?
I don't know.
Sure, actor. Yeah.
There's faces that come to mind for me, for sure.
Like if they're in a
Yeah.
movie, you're gonna see it no matter what.
Yeah, where it's just weird. Like acting is this kind of it's a strange
I
art
have-
form.
I have one.
But
Well,
sometimes you watch someone and you're like, ah,
yeah.
damn, like this is just like Daniel Day-Lewis or something like that.
See, Jonathan
Winslet.
Jonathan Majors to me is the new Daniel Day-Lewis.
Who's that?
You haven't finished it, but like in Loki, he's in Loki. If you get a chance to watch the movie, this movie came out I think 2018. It's called The Last Black Man in San Francisco.
Oh, you've told me about him.
Such a good movie. But he's like this other lead in it. He's also in. He's the lead in Lovecraft County, which is on HBO, I believe. He's this black guy, but he's just every time you see him, he's a different human being. Like he's just a whole different human being. And like, it's funny. Andrew Santino, the comedian, I listened to his podcast, and he mentioned once that like, oh yeah, there's like, yeah, anyone can act, but there's like a handful of people who are super good at acting, who are like legitimate actors. And Jonathan Majors, to me, is going to be like the next Daniel Day-Lewis. He's
Okay.
a legitimate actor. Yeah,
You heard it here first, folks.
Jonathan Majors. I'm tossing it. I said this like 2 years ago, but so far it's been working.
Yeah, you've been saying.
Speaking of which, can I say something really quick? Okay, do you know whenever you have a great idea and then like all of a sudden you see it in the universe, like you see like I don't know, like if you didn't act on that idea, right? And then like all of a sudden the
somebody
music
else
video.
did. Yeah.
Okay, so you know our music video in Mexico where we had the like the swimming number in
Yes.
the pool. The new Jay-Z and Beyonce video has a swimming number in it.
Oh,
we did it first. I'm just throwing it
no.
out there.
Okay.
Wearing the same
But
outfit,
we weren't-
just like that.
We weren't the first,
No, we weren't. But to like just
but we were before Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But just to like be in a video, like in a
All
music
the
video.
more
Think about
reason
like, tell me a music video in the past like 10 years that's had that.
A mainstream music video with a
Tell me.
synchronized dancing
Thank you.
element.
Yeah. Exactly.
Falling for You and Jay-Z and Beyonce.
There's one from the Chili Peppers, like Airplane, I think it is.
Oh.
Aeroplane.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
but
know that
the
one.
90s suck.
That's the
You know,
90s.
nobody could-
We can't talk about the 90s.
I just
the
was
90s
repping
that
them.
I
I
don't
don't
like.
know.
I thought about
Has-
I thought about more from the 90s. Biggie Smalls,
Oh,
Nas,
yeah, come on.
Illmatic.
Hip hop was coming alive.
He was 18 when he made that album.
Okay,
No,
but
Have you
16?
heard that, Maya? Nas Illmatic album?
Yeah, I've heard it,
You like it?
but I think it's good. It's good. It's not that mainstream as Nirvana, so it's not like the whole concept of the 90s. It's not nuts. It's not.
true.
It's more of a
Outcast was
grunge
that
vibe.
2000s or
No,
I guess
the
so.
90s, 96 gonna be that hit.
I feel what you're saying,
Outkast.
Maya. I feel what you're
Outkast
saying.
was like blew
In like
my
a
mind.
hip hop sense, though. In a hip hop sense, yes. But like I feel what you say.
But
like a
all hip hop,
global
hip hop
popular sense.
itself wasn't
global.
global.
Yeah,
yet.
not that-
It was
yeah.
this niche
Exactly.
little. There wasn't hip hop radio stations even.
That's true.
Whereas now
This is
hip
before-
hop
this is pre-Pitbull.
like America's greatest export.
I just think of things before Pitbull and after Pitbull. That's how I think of music.
Wow.
We're just in the after.
What was
We're
like
in
the first
post-Pitbull
what was-
era.
What's the first Pitbull hit that came out of the charts?
I couldn't even fucking
Was he Gasolina? No, that's
we
not him.
in Argentina we have
That's
we
Daddy
used to-
Yankee.
Oh, Daddy Yankee. Ooh,
There used to,
Daddy.
there
Different
used to
daddy.
be a character in Argentina TV that was called Ricardo Fort. Ricardo Fort.
Yeah.
And he is like he's like a sort of a millionaire that his family makes chocolate. He's got like this chocolate brand, and he
like
like
Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
basically.
it's kind of a Willy Wonka,
There's a
but
TV show
on ¿cómo se dice? On
Steroids.
steroids. So
or crack, depending.
yeah, exactly.
Both make you strong.
Both.
One for a
Both
long
help,
time,
yeah.
one for a little bit.
So every time he started to being, one of these, these people that we have a name in Argentina that is mediático, mediatic. like people that are not that doesn't have any skill, but they like audience like to see them just for the
like the Kardashians.
Spectacle.
Right.
The Kardashians.
Spectacle.
I was
I don't
thinking
know if we
about
have a
that.
word for it.
Mediático. That's how you say it?
Yeah.
I've never.
I don't think we have a word that directly relates to mediático.
We just say terrible
What is that,
people.
like talentless?
Yeah,
True.
famous for being famous.
Yeah,
We
famous
say, or
being
but
But
okay, but
They
like a
have a
spectacle
talent at doing
influencer.
nothing.
I feel like this is the best
Influencer,
word
What's that
ever.
mean?
Mexico's.
This is before influencers.
They're really good at doing nothing.
Really
Like,
good at doing nothing. Yeah.
You can't just do nothing and wait and
Like it.
do it for a living. You have to know how to do nothing for
You
a
gotta
living.
be good.
Right. You got to be really good.
I
That's
love
true.
You gotta
that.
be good at doing
You-
nothing.
That's true.
So
It was like Jessica Simpson when
We're breaking
she had a
ground here.
famous like
Right.
Thought of it that way.
moment on television for saying something stupid,
tuna fish
right?
thing.
Yeah, and she
Chicken
made
of
some
the sea?
comment of like, I'm laughing all the way to the bank. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like you guys think I'm so dumb,
Yeah.
but here I'm getting my payday. Like
I'm gonna pretend I said
having
that on
your
purpose.
moment.
She messed it up for everyone.
I'll just embrace it at least.
Yeah. No.
if nothing else.
And the Kardashians are the same.
Yeah. So this guy,
Yeah.
sorry, Ricardo Ford.
No, please.
He
Please.
he asked when he like walked into like a TV show or whatever, the DJ of the TV show should always play this song from Pitbull. I know you want me, you know I want you. Another one.
Yes. Of course.
So that made this guy made that song huge in Argentina. Really, really big. And then people started listening more to
Because of this
Pitbull.
mediático.
Pitbull because of this guy, the Mediático guy. Yeah.
So this guy's famous for. He's like a reality TV
Nothing.
star.
Nothing.
Or he's
I
a
mean,
socialite.
But what did he do first
Is
to
he
make
rich?
that nothing something?
Does he have? He
all,
grew
all
up
those,
rich.
all those things.
Everything.
Yeah, he drives.
He's like a
Rolls
Kennedy,
Royce. Yeah,
basically.
but he's all like he looks like he used to because he died. So
Oh.
that makes it even more interesting as a as a character.
Still somehow.
But yeah, he was all
For the dead homie.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
nice.
I didn't think you were.
It was kind of cool the way it
I
laid
thought it was
out.
just for
It was
drama,
funny.
but
It was
You
funny.
know, but I like what you said there, Juli, because a lot of people say like, oh, like the Kardashians, they got so rich from doing nothing. Like I could do that, but they're
But being
better
good at
at.
You can't.
You can. Or like,
Or you wouldn't
maybe
want
you could,
to.
but go do it. If you're so good at it,
Would
go
you
do
wanna
it.
be a
It's
fish
like
in a fish tank?
everybody has this opinion, like,
if it pays.
oh, this
How
guy
much does
just
it pay?
like
If
made
it pays
money
that.
playing with toys with his kids. I could be doing that. I could play toys with. Well, do it.
Do it.
Then go do it.
Prove it.
Yeah, go do it because that guy did it, and he, like,
coming
I think
up
as
on
a
top.
society we want to discount these people as like they don't deserve what they did, but like they made something. They found a very simple way to make a lot of money.
No, they're very smart. I've heard this. I've heard this like a theory because it was like it started with like Kim's sex tape, whatever, back in the day with the Ray J,
that's
whatever.
kind of what blew it up.
But I heard this theory. I don't even know if like there's any like substance behind it. But I've heard multiple times that like it was the mom that like was like, "Hey, push this
Yeah.
because this can get our name out and it'll like be something."
I've heard that too, and I think a lot of people give her a ton of criticism for being a momager, right? She's like managing her kids' lives as though they're profit, ways to profit.
she's
but,
a ruthless capitalist. certainly.
yeah, but also, but really, like that's not how you describe Bezos.
Bezos is also a ruthless capitalist.
But also, just
Absolutely.
this is a weird thing, but just to throw it out there, her ex-husband also got OJ off. So
So you're not trusting the moral compass.
where is the compass?
I feel you. I
where's
feel
the-
you.
compass is
But
financial.
Super moral,
to imagine
and
to
morally ambiguous.
to suggest that doesn't require a lot of intelligence would be, I think, a disservice. It would be incorrect to assume that Kris Jenner is not operating with a level of understanding of the industry and choosing to participate and shatter the glass ceiling in a lot of ways.
And also, I'm sure she works her ass off.
No doubt.
Oh, 1,000%.
yeah.
I don't
Justin
negate that at
Bieber
all.
worked his ass off.
Yeah.
Billie
Yeah.
Eilish works her ass
For
off.
sure.
Kim Kardashian works her ass off.
Well, she works it on, actually. That's her whole MO.
Literally.
Come on, she
was
works
waiting
that
for
ass on a lot. But like, they do. They work hard.
Yeah.
And like Logan Paul works his ass off. All these
He does,
All
yeah.
these people that we kind of want to dislike because they're so much more
'Cause it's like a-
successful
yeah.
and younger
That's
than
what
we
it
are.
But being
They work
disliked
hard,
nowadays
you
is a business. There's like a whole business behind being
But
disliked.
sure, you can play the
It's,
heel.
it's like, yeah, exactly. It's like kind of being a wrestler back in the day.
It's
yeah.
all professional wrestling.
Yeah, everybody's the Undertaker now. Like the
You know,
influencers are the Undertaker now.
Rick Rubin, when the Beastie Boys were first popping off, they did a tour opening for Madonna. You know the
Really?
Beastie Boys, yeah. They were opening for Madonna, and they would come out, and audiences hated them.
Of course.
And they were like, man, fuck, like, these people hate us. And Rick Rubin at the time was not only their producer, he was their DJ on tour. And he was like, guys, like, this is great. This is like wrestling. Like, we need
Play it
to,
up.
yeah.
This
like,
is stage.
They should hate us more. You know, we should go out there and be like, yeah, you know, you fucking, and like, they sort of played that, you know, but yeah, it's wrestling. Like, it's, anyway.
So in Argentina, who's y'all's Kim Kardashian?
Right these days, someone called Pampita.
Kind of.
She is kind of the Kim Kardashian.
¿Quién es la Kim
Why you
We
say
have
kind
a lot
of?
of icons
She
like
wishes
that in
or what?
Argentina.
You have a lot of icons
There's
like
a
that?
whole world of what?
You have a lot of people like that in Argentina?
Yes.
Yeah.
a
They're
lot.
like influencers,
A lot,
Instagram
and there's a lot
famous.
of people following them, especially old people. Like these days, it's not about young people following older like teenagers or 21-year-old people, but it's like the grandmas who sit in the bathroom to read all the rumors about these
Yeah.
kids
Porque esos
that are
son,
only
esos son
20 years old.
los nuevos telenovelas. That's what all it is.
For sure.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Stories.
Uh-huh.
See.
We need our stories. Us old ladies.
Yes.
My grandma's like that. My grandma loves that.
I
shit.
love my stories.
Love
But
that.
But even like parents too, you find parents being like, "Oh, this." You hear about this guy or this, or like Logan Paul. You know, like when he like is really popping because he does something. Like parents will be like, "Oh, you hear about this?" Like Logan Paul, and be
Yeah.
like, he is so stoked that you are talking to me about him right now. You know, like
Oh, that's funny. I don't get that from my parents.
My
Nah.
parents notice it. It comes up in their media.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like when he, you know,
But
like
it's
his real bad
something
shit.
that isn't it something that it worries the parents because of what their children are seeing, and that he does all this stupid stuff, so they're kind of like concerned,
Wait.
or is it just like they hate it because?
Yeah, why is it creating such a reaction? That's a good question.
Oh, for your parents. Like, why are your parents hating on Logan Paul?
think
Yeah, because what has he done bad since, like,
Well,
Japan?
the Japan. Oh, I think that's his big thing.
He
but
sells
it's also
Pokemon
like
cards now. Like, what's he
he
doing?
comes up in the media. People now know his name,
That's true.
and
The
people
Pauls.
cringe at his name. They don't hear his name and go like, "Oh yeah, I've heard of that guy. That's great." They hear like, "Oh yeah." They're like,
Well, I mean, same with the Kardashians. Though.
Same with the
Very
Kardashians.
polarizing. Like, some people
Exactly.
are like, love it. Some people
and
hate
like
it.
Justin Bieber in a lot of ways, like kind of the same. People are like, "Oh yeah, I've heard about him." Like he's
Like, who's like loved? Bob Odenkirk. Bob Odenkirk recently had a heart attack, and
poor guy.
like, but he's fine, thank God. But on Twitter, it was like 600. Like, you know, when things trend or whatever on Twitter, like you can see how many number of people are talking about you. It was like 700K people were talking about him, and I was like, wow, cool. Did not
Good
know
Bob,
that many
yeah.
people loved Bob.
What's his name?
Bob. What the fuck? Seriously?
Bob Odenkirk.
Bob
You might
Odenkirk.
recognize him. He did that
Better
movie
Call Saul.
Nobody recently, but he's also Saul in
Better Call Saul.
Oh,
Breaking
okay.
Bad,
And
Better
Breaking
Call
Bad,
Saul.
Sure, I like him.
And
sure.
he's
Yeah.
a sketch comedy
Yeah.
legend from
Yeah, I didn't
Mr.
know that
Show.
name, but okay.
I'm so
And
sad for
Don
him.
too, right?
Yes.
He's the father.
Saturday Night Live.
And Don.
Was he on SNL?
He was a writer.
Maybe I don't know.
He's a father.
He was a writer like with Conan O'Brien in that era.
I don't know.
Cool.
Maybe not.
And Dawn.
In the 90s?
But it's weird.
No,
I
I
think
don't-
I
with,
can't
like,
hear
with a
what you're
young, famous person, people get mad at their success, and it's
the
part
haterade.
jealousy,
They're drinking haterade.
and it's part like that guy. They're living a life I just can't live, or at least it feels that way. Like what, Juli? What do you think it is that? Why do people get jealous of famous rich people, or like what is the anger?
Como el.
They just want to be like them.
Sure, but why don't we just say,
Then why don't we just
good
be
for
like
them,
them?
I wish I could do that, but good for them, I'm happy for them.
Because people is not that nice.
Is what?
Not that
People
nice.
just want stuff without even like working,
Mediáticos.
trying to get them. I don't know.
What do you think, Maya?
I think there's a lot of energy we have to kind of put in something or someone, and we kind of choose all these characters to put out our hate. But I think we really don't know if they are doing it on purpose, which is probably the reason. The same thing that happened with Kim Kardashian and all that stuff, that they kind of succeeded from hate, and Justin Bieber as well. But I think it's a mystery how I mean, Justin Bieber is top 1 in Spotify right now. And he's one of the most hated guys in the world.
Yeah. I love
He's
I
also
mean,
the most
See,
known.
that is
also the
genius.
most secretly loved, you know? People
Sure,
don't
but
want to
also,
admit that they
the
like
more
it.
people know you, the more people don't like you. Nobody knows me, so 10,000
You don't
people
have that
don't
many
hate me because
enemies,
10,000
right.
people don't even know who I am.
Yet.
But if a billion people or 5 billion people know who I am,
Yeah.
maybe 3 billion people hate me. But
Come on now.
2 billion people like me. You know, but it's like, so many people hate Justin Bieber, but so many people don't. So many people know Justin Bieber.
Right.
But also there are
Of course.
some of these characters, or ¿cómo se dice? Mediáticos.
Mediáticos.
Influencers.
Yes. No, some of them are artists,
YouTubers.
actual musicians like Justin.
Twitch streamers.
That,
Viners.
they're
Viners,
famous
yes.
for for receiving so much hate. Like if we talk about Billie Eilish, I don't know anybody that hates Billie.
It's hard to.
It's hard to hate her.
Same with Post Malone.
Yeah.
right.
Post Malone.
Where's the hate for
Such a
Post
likable
Malone?
guy.
Everybody loves him.
Because he's
People
so
talk badly
freak-
about
he's
his
kind of a
face
freak
tattoos,
that-
though, don't you think?
Yeah,
They're
but
like, oh, he's that guy. They have bad. They're like, he's that guy.
there is judgment.
Can I ask
You're
a,
right.
Can I ask a question? This goes for everyone here. Has anyone ever
Okay.
here disliked something on YouTube and or said a negative comment? And if so, why? And how did that make you feel?
Oh, like voted down a video
Yeah.
on YouTube
But yeah.
and left a negative
Because
comment.
there's so many people that do it, and I have a theory, but I want to see if anyone in the room has
I've never done
I
that.
don't think I've ever done it
never
either.
done it.
never done it.
I
right?
haven't.
Definitely not a comment. And I don't think I ever employ the thumbs down. I
No.
don't
Me
use
neither.
it.
Yeah, I feel morally
No, me neither.
obligated not to
I'm
do
just
so.
sort of like, you can
Yeah.
move on.
I don't
If you
do anything.
like it.
That's the easiest thing I can do.
I do try to leave something positive though. Like if I'm
Especially
a
if
big
it's a
fan,
friend.
give
Yeah.
it a
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
I'm so bad
I pay
about that.
it forward in that
I
way.
want to, but I'm scared. don't
I
know
have
why.
like
the value
a big
of a comment
digital
is
trace.
so much. Like,
no, I agree with it. I
yeah.
agree with it. I've been seeing it
Yeah.
lately.
But dude, we get hate on our Instagram because we're running Instagram ads, so our stuff is popping up in front of people, and
Our
there's
old
some
YouTube
comments
gig.
that are like, "Why the fuck did this? Like, fuck this! Why did this show
This is
up?"
the
And
worst.
this is a
This is
comment on our
terrible.
video.
The
and
guy
so
that you
I just
said-
comment. I say, "You love it."
That was so good.
And then one guy wrote, he's like, "You know what? I actually do love it."
Yeah, that was my favorite.
That kid is
I
you?
didn't
On
see
that Kid Is You Instagram.
This is like recently,
yeah,
too.
Yeah, recently,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So funny.
so-
But I just he was like, "Why the fuck did this? Like, what is this shit?" And I just said, "You love it."
So
So you, guys,
He was
you
like,
girls have
"I
to
do love
remember
it."
this as you're going out into the studio, onto those auditions.
Well, but
just-
even more than that, if you're pursuing fame, you know, or something that involves fame, and it's like something that is sort of feeds the ego, it's dangerous that
Very
we
dangerous.
pursue a passion that feeds our ego. You sort of have to decide today, when you hear about someone else getting more success than you, you're going to be happy for that person. Like, you have to commit to that, or you will be miserable forever, because
There's always a Michael
there's
Jackson.
always somebody. There's always, even if you're Prince, there's always a Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Prince is
Even
terrible.
if you're Kobe,
So-
there's always a Michael Jordan.
I would
Like, you
also
have to
I would
be
also
happy.
venture to say you're like be happy with both sides of those things. This is one thing that I learned from the YouTube channel when we were on it, that we would get negative comments all the time. Like the first year that we were shown, like we got the worst negative comments ever. Like people called us the worst things.
on the Dudesons.
Yeah, on the Dudesons channel. Yeah. But that prepared me for like everything else. So okay, here's my theory. This is where my theory comes in. This is maybe a couple years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. But I remember like seeing a YouTube video and I was like, oh, I have a thought. and I never write my thoughts down. I was like, I'm gonna write my thoughts down. So I wrote my thoughts down. Weren't negative, weren't polarizing. They're like, it was like kind, whatever. But I remember waking up the next morning and I looked at my Gmail and I had like notifications. I was like, why do I have notifications? And I look in and like all these people had like liked my comment. It was like the top comment on this YouTube channel, this random YouTube channel that had like millions of views. So like people were seeing it, and like for the next week, my comment like scrolled up and like just stayed at the top, and like, and I was getting all this like I was getting hits. It was kind of like Instagram likes. I was getting hits of the dopamine that I wanted, right? This like thing that the internet has taught us all to like love. So then I realized like, wow, this is why people write bad things on the internet, because they're sad and they know they're going to get talked to quicker or notified quicker if they write something
of a dopamine.
That's
the price is say something bad and you'll get the dopamine.
I agree with you.
1,000%. A happy comment, no one's gonna like that. Nobody's gonna say shit. A negative comment, well, look at any YouTube channel. All the negative comments are like
the
so much
roasting.
interaction
Right.
Roasters.
But you're selling your soul to the devil. You know, you're like
to the digital devil.
to the digital devil. You're saying like, I'll do it. I'll give you the hate, so you give me the dopamine.
Exactly.
As if that will balance it out and even put me up top, but it doesn't
Brings
even
us
fill
all
it back
down.
up enough.
1,000%. But that's when I realized like, oh, like so anytime I see a negative comment now, I'm just like, oh, that's just. I see what they're doing.
I
see what they're
love
doing.
the negative comments.
I know you do.
Like I grew to.
You also want to like
love
publicly apologize for something eventually in your life.
Yeah, I do dream that someday that a public apology is demanded of me. That's a dream of mine. I mean, I hope it's for something I stand
maybe
behind.
Maybe the strangest dream I've
But
ever
It's a
God,
funny
I just
dream,
hope someday
but
they demand a public apology from me. And I've been working on it. I'm ready. I've got it pre-scripted.
I'm not. This is news to me. I need some time
Really?
to prepare.
Ooh, girl, there's
I
things in the
didn't know
closet.
this.
There's things in the digital closet.
Oh yeah, we were ready.
Demand. I mean, I guess you have warned me. You have said before you think you'll be canceled eventually.
Sure. But also being canceled feels like the most freeing thing ever.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's biggest fear is to be canceled. Oh, the society turns against you and they tell you you're no good and you're ostracized. But for people who are canceled, maybe it's like, like now I'm free. You can't take anything else away from me.
Yes, there's only one way to know.
Yeah.
We hear knock on the doors, Kevin Hart. And he's like, hey guys, I heard it.
Yeah.
Not talking about being canceled.
No, but Kevin Hart is fine.
No,
Kanye West is fine.
What did
Everyone's
Kevin
fine.
Hart do?
Everyone is fine.
He like cheated on his wife or something.
No. It was a.
What
He
happened?
tweeted like a long time ago, like if my kid was gay, I'd smack him over the head with a dollhouse.
Yeah.
That's
And
funny.
then he had since apologized for that tweet. He talked
Like,
about
how
it. He
much
was
you
like,
love
I'm not that guy anymore. That was just a joke. And I'm sorry.
Really? That's
Then-
what they canceled for?
Then he was supposed to be the host of the Oscars. And then this came up again. They said, Kevin Hart can't be the host of the Oscars. He made this tweet. He needs to apologize for this tweet. And he said, I did apologize for this tweet. You know, like, I'm there. I'm with you. But he's like, but I'm not going to just keep apologizing. Every time
sure.
you demand an apology, I'm not going to just give it to you again. I did it.
It'd be funny.
And so then he declined hosting after that.
It'd be funny if it was only because of a technical thing and they didn't have short enough mic stands, and they're like, well, you know what? We can just stick with the cancel thing. It'll be a PR thing. Send this to PR.
Right. Think of what we'll save. You know, if we get all the. Yeah. But anyway, you know, I don't know. Yeah. I look forward to it. Someday I'll be canceled. And
Yeah, the
this is
consequences of the internet are interesting, right? We've had this idea of freedom of speech for a long time, but now it's getting redefined on what that means when people do things online, it's changing.
I have a question for you two, actually. When it comes to like things being said on the internet, have you ever said anything on the internet that you've gotten in trouble for or like been embarrassed of around your friends? Like, has it gone back to like the friend circle? Because I didn't personally grow up with the internet, and I feel like in high school I did something on the internet that like teachers got mad at me for. I went skateboarding somewhere and my friend broke some glass or something, and I filmed it and put it on the internet. Whatever, I was funny. So, like, did you guys ever? Did anything like that ever happen to you guys in school thus far? Because you guys are still in school.
No.
No.
Okay.
Because
You guys are
when
good.
we
I remember that my friends
kids.
had trouble with those things a lot of times. But it's not. I've never had trouble. I always like look back into something I recorded or not necessarily posted in the internet. And like I regret the person that I was, but not like, oh my god, I was such a bad person. Like kind of like that cringy sensation
Cringy.
about
Yeah.
yourself,
Which everybody goes through.
which
Yeah.
is
For
kind
sure.
of lame. I wouldn't want to like see back in the moment and hate myself like I was before. So I prefer not to be obsessed with myself like a couple of years ago. I think that is like super toxic, and I always end up doing it, like looking at my pictures of before and saying like, oh my god, like this was me, and hating yourself. That is so toxic.
Yeah.
I prefer not to do it.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's so healthy. I like
It
that.
is
Yeah.
smart. I mean, I feel like that's natural as you're like changing so much, growing up. I think all the phases that come with it can be hard to digest, looking back on it, you feel like reminded of just,
No, for sure.
like what's going on. It's a time of a lot of changes.
No, but I dig the self awareness though. I wish I was that
Yeah,
self aware
exactly.
at that age.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
I was wisdom.
I was telling
was
you
not.
exactly before today. We were talking with Paul about wisdom and how I seek for wisdom in you guys, like younger people, more than like the old wisdom,
Older
the
generations, the wise
old man.
People.
I don't. Yeah, and I think it's so for many parents, it's such a waste that they don't realize that they have the source of wisdom right in their homes, and it's the children like them. I'm so grateful.
Someday
to
we
be-
will be the old wise
exactly.
person.
Yeah, you are right now actually.
Right now, you're the wise, but someday you'll be the old
Super wise
person
right
Soak it up right
talking
now
to
because it's gonna
talking
end.
to an 11-year-old
You'll be the
asking
old person
for
looking
wisdom.
at YouTube videos in the bathroom, just like, they're doing too many things.
Yeah, this music, I can't take this music anymore.
So loud.
It's so weird. It's a fun part of getting old, but I'm finally old, where I go like, I don't know what these kids are doing. Like what are these kids doing on this TikTok and listening to all this Lil Nas and things
Right.
like that. It's like
Lil Nas X is so good.
I'm not anti Lil Nas X, but I just
But I know what you're
feel
saying.
like
I understand.
it's not me. I'm
Yeah.
watching it from the outside, looking in now. I'm not right there like when the Strokes came out and being like, fuck, this is our thing, this is us. It feels like I'm kind of peeking inside when I look at Billie Eilish even. The new Billie album, or even Tyler. Even though he's kind of our age.
Yeah, he's like our age.
Not my age.
Not your age. No,
Yeah, us too.
no, not your age. No. And then less with Tyler, but with like Billie Eilish, it's kind of like, I appreciate it, but I'm also kind of peeking, like, it's not my music. I can tell that this is Maia and Julia's generation, like, this is maybe their music. But for me, I just appreciate it. I love it. I'm impressed by it. I'm inspired by it, but I'm kind of looking at it from the outside.
from afar.
Looking
wow.
through the window. Do you not feel that way?
No, I don't
Yes.
personally. No.
That is the music that you will say to your children, like, okay, this was the music that I listened to when I was
Yes.
your age, right? Or not when I was your age, but like that thing
When I
that
was
our
young.
dad say. My dad talks about that, about the 80s, for example.
Hello, the 80s.
Sorry.
Best.
I know you
80s,
feel
not
attacked right now.
90s.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like that's how I feel about the Strokes and the Shins and
For sure.
the Killers or whatever. It's
Oh,
like
the
that was our music,
Killers.
you know.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
How can you put them in the same sentence?
I just,
Strokes,
I just
He did it.
bro.
He did
But
Strokes, Shins, Killers.
I
The
agree.
Killers were
was a
fantastic.
stretch.
I love the
Sam
Killers.
But that
Sam,
first
I
Killers
love So
album-
many albums.
So
the
good.
first two albums are
yeah.
great.
So good.
I don't
That
think
first
it's
Killers
for
album
that.
was like a drive into school in the morning.
Yeah, it was good.
Singing those
It was a good album.
songs.
Brightside,
All the
Mr.
way.
Brightside changed me.
Yeah. Or
It did. It was one of those songs.
When
It's my
there's
karaoke
nothing
song.
left to run, and
It's a big deal.
It's like all these guys from Britain, but I was like, they're from Vegas.
Right, right. But so sorry, what were you saying? So you don't look at Billie Eilish from the outside. You feel like you're right there.
I think, well, because I absorb words. I'm like a words person. So like, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see. If anything, I just see like better songwriting or thoughts that I've thought before, but like they're put in a better, I don't know, context or whatever. I don't know. I don't do like my brain doesn't think of it in like generational senses. Like there's stuff that I found like recently that I'm just like, oh, this is like my music for right now. You know what I mean? Like I don't. Yeah. I don't think
feel
of
that
it
way
in
with her
like.
either.
I don't think
Yeah,
of
I
it
guess
as
She's
like
like
I
she
connect
invites
less with
you up
music now.
so personally. I think.
It's funny because I connect more with music now that I make it. Before, when I didn't make it as much, I was just like listening to certain couple things, and that was like it. But now that I make it, I'm just like, how did you make that? How like what is like? And that's the cool thing. I think that's why I like making music with all of you guys is because like everyone brings something different to the table. So it's always fun to peek behind someone's brain in the curtain in a sense. You know what I mean? And see how they think, or why would you think that, or how someone like. We can all say the sentence "I love you" in this table, but someone else can say it in a different way, and it sounds like nicer. Like, "Oh, I hold you," or "You're," I don't know, whatever the fuck, you know.
You're
like,
missing from me.
Yeah, and I love
miss
words
you.
so much,
Like,
so
yeah, change it.
So I just like the hearing different ways of saying stuff. Even like the little rap, the Z Loopers guy that I was like letting you listen to, the rapper dude. He said something about like my phone sounds like an old phone. I just wait for that beep 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 beep. Like even just him saying beep 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 like a fucking the Roadrunner in a rap is just so funny to me because I would never think to say that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm on a constant search. I remember Nico and me when I met him in high school and college. I remember we both settled on like whatever we're saying in a freestyle, we just want to say things that no one's ever said. I remember that. I remember having a deep conversation with him about that a long time ago, and I've never lost that. Like I just want to hear. That's why I like you when you rap so much because I was like, I would never think to say that.
Thank you. Dude.
Yeah. I just.
So I feel about you when you rap.
Oh, really? I think I just say things that people have said. I just try to like. I don't know.
No,
Anyway.
well, keep
come
going,
on.
but then I'll.
Yeah, I'm on a constant search, and I feel like I'll be this way till the day I die. I'm on a constant search to just hear things said differently, and I really like that about like the world and music.
Super cool.
Yeah.
For you girls, when you listen to music, is it more the sound collectively, or is it the lyrical, like the lyrics that pull you in?
Both.
A little. It has to have both.
I'm into lyrics a lot.
Yeah.
I'm super into lyrics. I didn't used to, but because I didn't understand English as well, and it's like so harsh to try to translate everything, and you lose so many words that are like poetic, and I like poetry.
Yeah.
So if you want to like kind of get into, I think the best music is the one that it's made from the sound of the color of the words that you're using and the melody o sea, they need to be like connected.
Harmony.
And you need to feel that thing about listening to the words of the song and listening to all that chord progression, and it needs to mean the same thing. Like if I didn't need to either listen to the music or know the lyrics to understand the same thing, they need to mean the same thing.
It's
be in the right.
It's really
the same
curious
track.
I do know what you mean.
that you say that. First, there's two things I want to say about what you just said. One is you learned to speak English doing that, just paying attention to the lyrics. But the second thing I wanted to say is like I'm the contrary. I'm not like a word guy. I'm with you. Me, it's like melodies and chords and sounds and highs and lows and mids and all this stuff, and words are part of the music. And I remember when I was really just like 5 years old or whatever, I would listen to Bob Dylan, and I just love what he's saying, but I didn't know any English at that moment. But for some reason, I get that he's saying something that has meaning, and that meaning to me gets inside through the music. and through the musicality of his words, his syllables, his, combined with the chords and the melodies and the rhythm. But it's a very different way to see it. I never knew what any song speaks about unless you explain me. Like, this Michael Jackson song speaks about he had a kid, whatever. But to
Thriller,
me,
it's a scary movie.
there's sounds.
I hear music the same way. I don't hear the lyrics. And like...
You were the first person that taught me that. I played a song for Paul maybe 3 years ago. I forgot what it was specifically, but I was waiting. I was like, this is a good one. I'm showing him this.
Yeah.
And then he listened to it. And then I was like, so what'd you think? He was like, yeah, I loved it. It sounded great. But there's really hard lyrics. And I was just like, but you didn't. And you're like, oh, I don't listen to that. And I was just like,
I just don't. I'm not purposely not trying to.
I know. But you said it so casually, and it in a weird way broke my heart because I thought everyone listened to music like that. And it made me think of every time I've ever made someone listen to a song.
Well, we've talked about that too. We're the kind of people, and it sounds like Maia is too. I'm not sure about where Juli stands, but we look up the lyrics. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Maia was talking earlier about committing it all to memory. You learn the words of it. And I don't know, for me, music could be off. I don't have the sort of ear to really know when something maybe musically I really reject it, but the wrong words are very off-putting to me. Like certain things. There's a Katy Perry song, for example, that has a line that says, "Do you ever feel like a plastic bag floating through the wind?" And I get angry every time.
But
I'm
you've
this
never
is
felt like that, is what you're saying.
like a plastic bag in the wind. No, I haven't. And I don't.
Isn't that a reference to a movie?
American Beauty.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
Well, I didn't know the reference,
No,
and
but
every
Katy
time I
Perry
hear
sucks
it,
in
I'm
general.
like,
She's the Orlando
no,
Bloom of
I like
women.
I've been sucked into Katy Perry many times, but in that moment, the words are so wrong to me.
Yeah. No, well,
It sticks out like
for me,
a sore thumb.
For me,
Let's talk about Orlando Bloom.
okay.
Don't open
Well, okay,
this.
really quickly.
Say the words.
The words, I mostly hone in on the beat, and the lyrics are like another instrument, but they can be wrong.
Right.
They can be just the completely wrong lyrics.
They stand
almost
out,
like a
out above
drummer.
everything else.
If a drummer is
To
doing
the
something
amateur
that's
ear.
contrary to the song, that's the wrong drums.
For sure.
And same with the guitar, same with bass, same with vocals. There are times where it just is wrong or it is right. But when I hear it and it's right, I'm just hearing everything kind of come together as a groove, and I'm not honing in on what they're saying.
Yeah, is it musical or is it not? You don't really see if the meaning of the song or the story of the song.
And then also to go back to what, bring it full circle with what Maia was saying about different people coming in and us kind of making them feel special, and they end up actually being very special and very crucial. I need JC because JC is obsessed with lyrics, and I don't even hear them. So if I just make music by myself, it's meaningless. It's just kind of a groovy thing. So I need JC and I need Christine when I make music, and then we needed Maia and we needed Juli and we needed Tato, because everyone is experiencing music differently. So when they come in and they say it needs this, Juli, we were talking about this, but in Tres Patitos, our song, as it's being recorded, you were saying it needs a we have it on video. You're like, it needs and then you recorded you bouncing your instrument you made.
Yeah.
And it's so important to the song. And so that's that's the whole thing. Everybody is going to look at a song and say when everyone hears a song, they're hearing a different thing.
But I have a question, and this goes back to what we were talking an hour ago, whatever.
Mm-hmm. It's coming.
You made everybody in the studio feel special. The question is everybody special? Because
not Evo. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Evo is special.
Evo's very
so
special.
He was special at that moment.
Yes, as long as everyone.
I'm kidding. I saw an opening.
As long as they're honest, they're special. You're not being an artist if you're not being honest. If you're not being yourself. If you're not actually giving the song what you really think it needs versus thinking, oh, I think they think this. Then you're not special.
I want to hear. Where are you going? Yeah, where are you going with this?
No, I was thinking two things.
Sorry.
First, we were speaking about Dali, Salvador Dali, before, and how he made his art by trying but what I heard, maybe this is bullshit, but from the surrealism community, he was seen as like un traidor, like a cheater.
Oh, he's a dick.
Like a cheater. Yeah.
Oh,
like
really?
Magritte from France, all these other surrealists, like they painted what they dreamed of, and they said like, yeah, Dali, he paints what he thinks a cool dream would look like.
So he's like a pop artist. He's like the pop guy of the surrealists.
He's the pop art of the surrealists.
He's Nirvana.
He's Nirvana, which he's.
That's how Nico views Nirvana.
A lot of people view Kurt Cobain like that.
Yeah, I don't think Dali is bad at all. But that's how they saw it. And also, I've been as a producer and recording engineer. I've been many times in past situations where people come to the studio and give opinions, and I hate them. You know what I mean? Like friend or the guy who brings the weed or whatever, who's like, oh, you should put a tambourine over there. Yeah? Just look at them like, who the fuck are you?
Who invited you?
Who invited you?
Right.
Because sometimes I feel like, yeah, that guy is not special, you know, or he's not contributing in the way this, like, many times you need to you make this circle.
It's a connection.
A connection, and what was different in your record was like that circle was completely open to anybody. I've never experienced that before, and I felt the same way. I didn't feel hate towards nobody this time. But yeah,
it's a good sign.
Yeah, it's a good sign. But some other times, this music that's being created, it's so sacred and unique, and it represents what was inside your brain and feeling from the guy who's, making the music. That nobody is even allowed in the studio other than the people who makes the music and the trusted engineer producer. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have an open arms policy. I would say you're
it's sort of it's a party.
People.
Like, oh, cameras are dying. It's going down.
Okay.
But
Julia needs to say goodbye because she has
friends.
No, what friends? This is like 3 a.m. in the morning. And
oh my god! Friends. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys.
3 a.m.
What time is it?
It's 2 a.m.
2 a.m. Close.
I'm
yo,
so sorry,
I one
Julie.
night stayed up with them till like 6 in the morning.
True.
Till the sun came up.
But
we were playing with the beach
Yeah.
ball.
I'm at a friend's house.
Oh,
you're at the
Oh,
friend's
stay-
house. Holy,
Yeah.
you could have said something a while ago.
No. Well, thank you, Huli.
Huli, we love you. We appreciate you
on.
being a part of our album,
I love
our
you too.
lives, and
Yeah,
our
te
show.
quiero tanto.
You are part of the family.
Mwah.
Ciao.
Bye.
Love you,
Good
Huli.
night, dear.
Salud.
Bye.
Oh, I feel bad now.
You know,
wait.
some people, some things were recorded that we said, we're not going to use that.
I think
That's true.
I was the one who needed to say that because otherwise,
Somebody's got to be cynical.
Otherwise, I would have fought for it and I would have
exactly
wedged it in.
That's when third leg comes handy.
Yeah.
Or leggy.
Another vote.
But also
I was
that's
that
what
one too.
producers are there for too.
Yeah.
You were what?
That you were the first filter, the one that said, okay, this needs to be out. And I was like the second filter, the things that you kind of like leave there because you felt bad if you didn't. I disagreed multiple times.
Well,
I'm glad to hear it because
So
I
take the blame out of you,
No, but
You don't-
that's important.
I don't-
And it's important that it doesn't matter who worked on this, who put 8 hours into this one sound. If it doesn't fit, it's out.
I don't take it as blame. I take it as that's my responsibility when they hire me to produce an album. It's like, yeah, I don't care that exactly. I don't care how much
Yeah.
time.
I'm glad
it's-
you
it's
feel
not
that way,
making the-
Maya, because your dad gives you a lot of credit for that too. Behind the scenes, he's
Yeah,
always
he's been
talking
telling us
about
that.
how you were like right there on the scenes, listening the whole time with loads of feedback, and
it's
I don't know,
always
it's super special that
on
you.
point.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah, thanks for your
it's
ear.
incredible.
So whoever was in the record, and when the record is out, you don't hear yourself. We're talking about you.
But even
We get the whole
I
album
did
back and
some
my voice
things-
is just gone.
Yeah. I did some things that didn't make the record.
True.
JC did some things
Sure.
that didn't make the record.
sure.
Some things get
Some
canned.
whole verses that someone put time into writing, and we're saying, fuck it. It's better without it. So like
You just have to trust your gut.
everyone, the moment of creation, everyone is special, and everyone needs to feel like they can
Anything's
be
possible.
honest, and anything
You can
is
go to the
possible,
moon
and you're a
or
star,
Mars or
and
whatever, the edge of space.
we want whatever you have. We want your
Tip, the
essence.
tip.
That's how they should feel in that moment. And then in the mixing, you need to have no mercy to say, "You're gone."
Screw
That's
that.
it, because it
French
doesn't. It
Revolution,
doesn't serve the song.
guillotine.
Like the song is God at that point, or whatever. The song is everything. You know. But in the moment of recording, I stand
goes.
by that everyone is special and should feel special, because you never know that one maybe they'll sneeze, and that sneeze is just fucking it. And you put that on delay and loop it, and it's like the whole beat becomes the sneeze. You know, so like in the moment of recording, everyone is special when recording.
Until the mixing engineer mutes.
Mixing engineer, the producer is special. That's it.
So
And Maya is special.
So speaking
But
of,
also, if you, sorry,
oh no, go ahead.
if you didn't make the record and you have done something that wasn't good enough, you also helped a little bit, because it's part of the process, kind of knowing which direction you want to take. So if you have those like
You just stole my
those
my
things
biggest
that
trick.
define you. Sorry.
That's my trick. That's
I'm your
that's,
daughter.
that's
Knowing what you
that's all
don't
I do.
want gets you
Exact-
closer to where you want
Exactly.
to be.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
That's the main
a good
thing
life lesson.
a
That makes a lot
producer
of sense.
does.
Yeah.
That's like Quincy Jones
Let me
saying,
show
"I'm
you.
not a producer. I'm a reducer." You know, like the thing. Rick Rubin.
Rubin.
Sorry.
Maybe.
But anyway, that's so how I feel. Like the things you decide not to keep are what makes the production,
Yeah.
the song, in the final piece of art.
So, okay, our cameras are dying. We should probably wrap this up. But Maya, we're going to make a little bit of music later. Do you want to, is there any samples or anything laying around on your phone or that you could send us to start us what we call a freshie? What?
About what?
Un
Well,
tema
we're gonna-
nuevo.
Yeah.
We're gonna start making some music. We're gonna shut this down pretty soon and start making some music. Do you have any recordings to
That's
send us
something
to
we could start
sample or
with.
to fuck with?
I'll find those beats I sent you to.
Mine.
Anything
Too late.
big,
I need
anything
to.
small?
I need to look my phone,
Yeah.
and I let you guys know.
Yeah, see
Cool.
if there's
Some chords
anything,
would be cool.
anything on there that you
Anything.
feel like you can spare.
Are you going to bed, Maya, or are you up for a little bit?
No, I'm probably going to listen to Billy's album.
Oh, it's the moment.
It's time. It's
You're
that
doing
quiet
your
time.
ritual.
Or-
Listen. Cool.
I
Well,
need to listen to the other El Lodge
Podcast.
podcast.
Oh, with your
Ooh,
dad.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool.
I have listened to a couple ones before.
Thank
I've
you.
listened to the one with JC
Uh huh.
and others of people that I didn't know.
Cool.
They're pretty cool. Yeah.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Maya.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for being on the show. This is our
Pretty cool.
pretty cool. This has been our most unusual episode yet, because we have the Zoom and the in-person guest. Never done that. We have two guests.
Yeah.
Never
so-
quite done that
lot
in this
going on.
way. We have repeat guests. This has been really cool. Well, all right.
It's been a wild night.
It's been a wild night. We're gonna wrap this up. Thank you, Maya.
Yeah, thanks,
Thank you,
Maya.
Julia. She's gone now, but
Thank you,
we thank you
darling.
so much.
I sent it to your WhatsApp. Sorry, I found the beats.
Maya, it was
And the
you.
beats go on.
It was-
Da-da-dum,
I sent it to your WhatsApp.
What date?
All right.
Play us a
December
sample.
7th,
Play us
2020.
out. Play
Let
us
me
out.
see.
It's in the Google Drive, so there's a bunch of stuff in there.
Maya.
I'm staying. Sorry, I no.
Oh.
I don't have it.
Oh,
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 in the WhatsApp.
Oh no, you sent me a first draft.
Oh shit.
Oh,
No.
you know what?
I
It
don't
transferred
have
my
it.
my WeTransfer probably canceled it out because I WeTransferred it to you and it's been a while now. They
Okay.
it's canceled like 3 days.
Oh,
I'll,
yeah,
I'll
they
find
suck
it.
like
No
that.
worries. I'll
You
send
can
you more.
set it to like
Never expire.
90 days or something.
90,
You
yeah.
can change this.
Are you
And you know
serious?
now you can send 200 gigs on WeTransfer.
200 gigs.
If you have the account,
That's a whole
it used to be
person.
20. Now it's 200. That's a
Soon
whole
it will
human.
be. Soon,
Send
JC.
a baby. A baby.
WeTransfer.com.
WeTransfer.com.
Te lo
Check
mando
'em out.
mañana. Te lo mando
Okay.
mañana.
Maya,
Dale.
we love you so much. Thank you for,
Te quiero, Maya.
for everything. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
Nico, JC, love you both. Everybody together. We made a beautiful thing. We're excited for you guys to hear it. September 16th. That kid is you. September. Check it out. Don't forget it.
September 16th?
Yes,
Yes.
that's the date.
Great album. I mean, great name. Great time.
Fecha.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Buenas
guys.
noches.
Good night.